Future employers.
All right. This is Shane.
That's me. That's
This is Shane. Shane and I have known each other for fucking ever. Shane is one of the most talented musicians I fucking know.
Let me get one of these.
We grew up pretty much through middle school.
I met you're one of the actually, if not the first person, you were one of the first people I met in fucking North Carolina when I first moved here.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I met you and John both in 6th grade.
That's right.
And to this day, that I still like talk to. I don't even know how I talk to. Like you guys are still the people that I know the longest.
They're still alive.
Yeah, fucking Christ.
Somehow we made it. No shit. Didn't kill me.
But no, you were one of the oldest friends that I have in this fucking state.
You're from Pennsylvania, right?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Why'd you ever move here? Ah, represent. You moved here to meet me.
It's actually a really cool story.
Oh, got it.
So it's actually it's actually a really cool story. So my parents had me in high school. They were 17 years old, and it was full on opposites attract. Dad was full on 80s punk rocker, like 2 foot tall fucking mohawk. Mom was sheltered Christian school kid.
No.
Straight up.
Really?
Yeah. I never told you this?
No.
Yes, no.
No.
See, so dad, like, hellion, skateboard around, you know, we're not going to go into the details of bullshit, you know what I mean? Fucking mom was, like, sheltered, Bible thumping.
Oh, Jesus.
Went to, you know, 12 people in her senior class kind of shit.
Really?
Dude, it was bad. But anyways, fucking so they started doing that.
Pittsburgh's a big town, right?
It's a fucking city, yeah.
It's
a giant metropolitan area.
And they met in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So she went to like a Christian school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no clue how that happened.
All right.
But anyways, she got knocked up. 17, seniors in high school, had me. I lived with lived with them for a little bit. They were never married, and then my dad went to culinary school and he got a job. I forgot where. When I was like 5, we moved to North Carolina, and then they broke up.
Why'd you move here?
Job. My dad got a job.
Okay.
And then they broke up, and me and my mom went back to Pittsburgh. So, you know, I only saw him like once or twice a year, all that bullshit. And when I was 10, they started talking again. And then later that year, me and my mom actually moved back to NC. And we got the same apartment in the same building as my dad, but it wasn't the same apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Like same complex kind of shit. And then the next year, that was when we first moved there. We lived right off of Whitaker Mill in 5 Points. So I moved right in 5 Points. Cool spot. You know, I mean, he still skateboarded and shit. So
yeah.
we like went and skateboarded around and everything.
You lived in 5 Points, no shit.
Yeah, when I
How
first
old were you there?
10, 6th grade. That's when I met you, 6th grade. It was Daniels.
Cliff lives in 5 Points.
I mean, I hung out with him way back then.
Yeah. I mean, that's just weird. I keep going.
Yeah, no, but that was Daniels. Like 6th grade, that was Daniels. That's when I met you guys.
So Shane and I clicked pretty quick because he played music, I played music. He was way better than me. Still.
Well, hang on. We'll get to that. Let me finish the fucking story. But yeah, so did that, and then 7th grade, following year, we got this apartment up at Lake Lynn, same apartment, and so we used to walk around the lake all the time, do that bullshit.
Lake Jordan?
Lake Lynn.
Lake Lynn.
Those apartments right up there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like right in Lake Lynn, whatever, right in, North Raleigh. And it was cool, man. My dad walked down. We and him walked to the lake one day, and he was like, "Yo, I gotta ask you a question. I wanna ask your mom to marry me, and you wanna make sure you're cool with this." What the fuck you mean? Of course I'm cool with this.
Oh.
I was like, "Okay, well, you're cool with this?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, well, I got a second question for you. Will you be my best man?"
Oh, sweet.
I'm like, no shit. So
still had the mohawk.
So parents had me in high school, broke up. 5 years later, get back together, and then 2 years later after that, I'm the best man at my parents' wedding.
Word.
And they've been happily ever after ever since.
No shit.
And now I've got 2 older brothers.
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah, it's a cool fucking story, right?
Yeah. No shit. Is there an age gap between your parents? The same age?
They're like a couple months. Mom's end of January, dad's May.
So were you like forced to go to like Sunday school and shit?
Assuming my grandparents never see this, yeah, I was fucked up, dude. So shitty area. I'm from East Pittsburgh, PA. It's like between Turtle Creek and North Braddock. And like everything there now is all Section 8 housing. Like it's super ghetto, it's super shitty. Like I was curious, like the house that I grew up in is where my grandparents live now, and I was curious, so I looked it up on Zillow, and it's worth $18,000.
Jesus,
the fucking house.
Christ.
Like, he just bought another house in East Pittsburgh. I don't fucking know why, for like $15,000. And I'm like, dude, actually, I'm not gonna say that because that might happen. But anyways, dude, fully like everything around them Section 8, it's bad. It's all ghetto. It's super shitty. So I went to the closest private school we could afford, which was St. Coleman's, which is a Catholic school. And my grandparents are like born again Christians. And when I say that, I mean like it's fucked up because they're great people, but they've like alienated everyone else out of their lives. Because all they talk about, they just preach. Like I grew up in that shit. So every day, you know,
really, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, so every day I went to Catholic school.
Wow, never. Oh yeah, dude.
Never. K through fucking. So I did kindergarten, first grade Catholic school. Then second grade I went to a Christian school. Then third and fourth grade went back to that Catholic school. Then fifth grade was my first year of public school.
No shit.
But all through that.
That was fifth grade PA.
No, yeah, fifth grade was still PA. Okay. Yeah, sixth grade was the first year here. And then, but so every day, so I went to mass 3 days a week. And then,
no shit.
And then every day I came home, and I was retaught how to properly worship God. Like fucked up, dude. Like full on. Like you're wrong. This is right. Like dude, it was just preachy. Fucked up.
Were you rebellious towards it, or was
back then I didn't really know any better.
Yeah,
but fortunately, at least for me, like it was now. I mean, I wouldn't call myself an atheist. I'm kind of more. I wouldn't say I'm agnostic either. Yeah. I don't really know. I don't believe in like Jesus or Allah or any of that shit. But I've read John. I've read fucking all the different versions of the Bible. I've read King James, all that shit.
That's why.
I've read the Quran. I've read the Satanic Bible. I've read. Yeah. I've read fucking every piece of fucking literature that I could read. Fucking on religion. I mean, on all organized religion. I've looked at a lot of Buddhism. I've looked at all kinds of shit. I mean, I've done my research on it.
Rastafarian, you check that out.
I mean,
why not, right?
More of the business side of things. But
the biggest thing between like Christianism and like Satanism is the revenge thing, isn't it? Like Christians like don't kill anyone, and then like Satanism,
there's a lot of honor involved in that. But the biggest thing that I got from between Satanism and Christianity is that Satanism accepts everybody, where Christianity is very limited. Full Christianity, people don't accept gays. They don't accept women out of wedlock. That they so-called kids bastards. There's all kinds of There's all kinds of limitations. That goes on a day, doesn't it? There's 100%. There's all kinds of limitations with it. Whereas Satanism will accept absolutely fucking everyone.
Is Pennsylvania like a big Bible country thing?
Not really.
I mean, we live in the Bible Belt.
It's the Northeast. Nah, it's more Catholic. Mm-hmm. Catholic and not Episcopalian.
Presbyterian.
It's more Catholic. It's not Baptist like it is down here. It's mainly Catholic. It's all Italians and fucking. It's Italians and Polacks. I mean, if you like Italian food and fucking pierogies, go to Pittsburgh.
I'm just waiting for religion to be set. Like someone's gonna be like new religion now.
I mean, I'm just against all organized religion, personally. I mean, I'm all about spirituality. And that's kind of, I'm not one of these basic bitches that are, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. You know what I mean? I fucking hate that shit. But I just hate the thought of organized religion. I'm all about faith. If you have faith, fuck yeah. If you have faith in a higher power, if you pray to somebody, good shit. If you believe that someone's looking down on you, awesome. If you think that this is happening to you for a reason, that's fucking awesome. If someone dies, you think they're in heaven, that's fucking great. Good for you. That's to help you grieve. But that's all for the living.
Yeah.
None of that is for the fucking dead.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
that's definitely a good point.
And through all my experiences, man, my honest opinion on that is that the way I look at it, it's kind of a scientific view for it, but the way I look at it is that we are vessels full of energy. And at the moment, energy doesn't die.
Yeah, it goes.
It just continues. It does. And so this is a vessel. We are an energy. So you can call it a soul, you call it whatever the fuck you want, but we are an energy. And energy can be positively or negatively charged. You have electrons, you have protons. It's like magnets. That's completely different fucking thing.
Yeah.
There's you have magnets. You have a positive charge, you have a negative charge. There is a plus and a minus on fucking everything in this world. Electrons, protons, and neutrons. That's everything.
So are you saying that for every good person there's a bad person?
Nope, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not necessarily even cosmic karma. I'm not even talking about that. But what I'm saying is that my energy right now, I look at it as I am currently a energy involved in this vessel, and I can choose to negatively charge it or positively charge it. And when I die, I'm either going to release positive energy into the world or negative energy into the world. So I'm going to do my best to release as much fucking positive energy in the world as possible. I'm not sure where that's going to go.
Going somewhere.
We'll figure it the fuck out. I mean, honestly, if you want to dive deeper into that concept, what I firmly believe in the multiverse. I think we talk about aliens, we talk about higher life forms, we talk about that. I mean, I'm not fucking sure. I'm not hugely scholared on a lot of that.
Like as far fourth dimension kind of thing.
I mean, well, that's fourth dimension and multiverse a little bit different.
So when you think about multiverse, you think like every decision you make makes a new.
I think there's an infinite number of realities that currently involve us.
Okay.
But I don't think when you talk about time is relative. So it's all happening. It's already happened, and it already has happened, and it's happening now. Mm-hmm. So now we are in the past, we're in the future, and we're in the now at the exact same fucking time. So regardless of what, now that also can lead into, well, that means everything's predetermined. No, it's not predetermined because now it's happening then, it's happening there, and it's happening now at the exact same fucking
Do you think
time.
you could stop time?
No.
But it's always moving.
It's not moving. It's just there.
It's there.
It's relevant.
Well, if you really think about time, time's kind of man-made. It's just like the space that we occupy.
I mean, there's nothing to stop. It's just there. It's just happening. It's just
Not like
constant.
hitting pause on a movie.
It's an infinite thing. Because it's always happening. You're talking about timelines. You're talking about time. When you say time, do you mean as a timeline? Like
Yeah.
In 1860
Time is very
this happened,
broad.
and now we're in 2020, and now you have a fucking straight line. That's not how it happens. It's a multiverse theory. So it's all take it. Here's our timeline. Got to bring it out that way. But if you look at it as with the energy concept, here's where we are. But we're also here. Hey, we're also here. Hey, we're also. Everything's fucking connected. Everything's relative.
Everything is relative.
Everything is fucking relative. I am me when I was born. I am you when I die. I am you right now. I'm fucking we. We are all. That's kind of what I'm getting at too with our energy. Like, everything's fucking connected. I don't think it's going to go to another vessel. I don't think it's going to be full in like reincarnation kind of thing. I think I have lived and will live as everything that's living or whatnot at all time.
Well, how do you feel about
But it's already constantly happening. So whatever.
what's it called? Oh shit! Like we're all stuck in a simulation. Have you ever heard that theory?
I have heard that
was like
theory.
in the early '80s.
No, I mean they're already talking about now though. The what is it? And that's not Hollow Earth. That's that goes with something. I forgot what it is. But no, that I don't know. I don't even know what to think about
Like,
that.
like you think about like video games that were like
No,
a
exactly,
character
no.
becomes self-aware.
That right there's that's like some like Rick and Morty Matrix shit.
Yeah,
dude,
or
like,
Grand Theft Auto if you even press it down to that. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you think about it. I mean, I don't think we're in a full fucking simulation. But who's to say that we're not a marble that some other asshole's playing with?
Yeah. Right. Well, with that being said,
I mean, if you look at the size of the fucking universe, which we don't even know, like our fucking galaxy inside of a galaxy. I mean, who the fuck says that that's not the case?
well, with that being said, like I mean,
we could be the teardrop in some other dude's asshole. Like, who the fuck knows?
you gotta hope it's not the asshole. The balls.
If you're here, it's definitely the fucking asshole. Like, right down the crack,
maybe like
dude.
the taint around here.
You're
Alright,
just stuck right there in the gooch.
Have you ever like fucked around with VR? Do you think the people in VR exist in them? Like a character in virtual reality, you think they exist to them,
So,
or you think they're just programmed to think they exist?
well, there are programs. So, yeah.
Yeah.
that's completely
Well, I'm
different
saying you think they're aware that they're programmed.
thing. No, that's a completely different thing.
Mm.
So, before we get too sidetracked, I did want to continue on before we get to that. I'll touch on that in a second. But to go back to just talking about the energy and multiverse and organized religion, I do think it does serve a purpose. Because without any organized religion, we would have no morality. There'd be no ethics.
You think that for real?
Oh, 100%. That's
Without religion?
What were the first laws?
I think.
The first laws known to men were the Ten Commandments.
Well, that's true, but like you think about like tribalism, like people got together to stay alive.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
well, tribalism, that's paganism.
Yeah,
They-
but I
they
mean,
worship
there was no religion
but
back then. There's
It's
just,
paganism.
we make
That was
fire.
fucking paganism. They worship the sun god and the moon god and the earth god.
Sun and set, right? Isn't that what it
They
was?
did all that. That's still a religion. That's paganism, 100%. You're talking about tribalism again. They have fucking ceremonies and they had artifacts to their gods. They were more organized religion than
So you're
anyone
saying
else.
without religion it'd be chaos?
I mean, it'd be pure anarchy.
But is anarchy really that bad?
It can be.
Are we not in anarchy right now? I mean, we
Absolutely not.
We entrust a couple people in the world to like press one button to destroy everybody.
That's called a republic, and we're currently in it.
Yeah, but like I mean, that's almost anarchy, right? It's just one person controlling the anarchy.
But it's not one person. That would be a dictatorship, and we should have.
Or monarchy.
I mean, say that's the same fucking
Yeah,
thing.
pretty close. But dictator, we
Tell me the difference in a dictatorship and a monarchy.
well, monarchy there's a queen, right? Queen or king, and we listen to exactly everything they say. A dictator can be brought down.
How many monarchs have been brought down? Fucking
None.
A lot of them.
But by other giant, like not by the people.
Doesn't make a difference. So,
You know what I
what's the difference between Saddam Hussein being the dictator of Iraq and
Queen Elizabeth?
and the Democratic Republic of the United States bringing down Saddam Hussein of Iraq? That's another giant.
Well, do we
fucking
really
organ-
have like a voice in this, in a republic? You know what I mean?
Jeez, we're getting sidetracked on this. Yeah, I mean we do. The popular vote's there. We still have delegates and shit.
But I think that's if we choose to believe that it's there. You know what I mean?
It's there. It's not, but it is. I mean, I think the two-party system is horse shit.
You don't think our government has a government underneath it, like a dark government?
And he's talking about like the fucking.
I think that there's someone that controls our government. someone else pulling the strings, and we're just puppets watching it.
I mean, I wouldn't be like too fucking far off from that.
Yeah.
What is it? There's an R. What's that family?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Oh, Jesus. Like, Rothschild.
Yes.
Rothschild.
Thank you. I mean, yeah. I mean, see, do I believe that? Do I think it's possible? 100%. I mean, who's to fucking say? I mean, at the moment, the popular vote doesn't win the election, so yeah, it's still kind of there. I mean, you still have delegates and whatnot. So I mean, it's all about the electoral vote. So fuck it. But
digressing into what you were talking about before, with religion,
laws, ethics, morals.
Yeah, ethics and morals. You don't think people were just born with like certain morals?
Absolutely not.
You think they're taught? They're not just you're not bred.
Well, so the first person was like, I shouldn't kill that dude.
Well, if we believe in like
you're definitely
religion
fucking told
and Adam
not
and
to.
Eve.
Well, think of a baby. If you let a baby do whatever the fuck it wants, it's gonna be an asshole.
Would it though?
Have you ever met somebody that wasn't parented?
Yes and no.
Have they ever turned out well?
Yes and no. You know what I mean? Like, define
hang on.
parenting.
Well,
like, parenting's either way. You
have
can be
you,
a shitty parent.
I'm not talking about actual parenting. Have you ever met somebody that just didn't have anyone to help them come up with, or that they didn't reflect exactly who they came
a
up
single
with?
child with their parents always busy.
Yeah. And
Yes.
so, and they always reacted to how their friends taught them. They learned things from their friends, not their parents.
Uh-huh.
And that's not even a full like nature versus nurture thing. I mean, that's a full on. You know, if you're at that age, you're going to continue.
Follow whatever
you're a sponge. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're going to learn from what is around you.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Oh,
so if you took a person in captivity, if you will, in a room by itself, never taught him anything,
they're not going to be able to speak.
Yeah, like or
they're going to be fucking. They're going to be a full on. At that point, they're going to be almost a goddamn animal. I mean, they're going to have. They're not going to learn anything that's human. They're going to be fucking feral.
Yeah.
If you took a kid, and put him in a room, and brought him up for 10
like
fucking
Mowgli.
years, and just kept them alive, they're going to be a fucking animal.
That's the only one way to find out. We're going to have to get a kid and put it.
It's happened. No, there was I forgot. We'll have to Google it. But no, there was a girl that pretty much like she was sheltered her entire fucking life, and like when they finally got her, she was like 6 or 7. She was like a feral cat. Like she would growl and scratch like she was a fucking animal. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how did she survive?
She was fed. Like she was basically like it was like the fucking redheaded stepkid left in the attic kind of situation. And yeah, they basically fucking child services finally got her, and it was fucked up. But they they had to teach her how to speak, like how to write. Like there was nothing like she basically was like a caveman on the wall.
Writing with poop.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you have to learn something, even if by yourself. Like people figure things out.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna figure shit out, but is that learning?
Yeah, when you figure anything out, it's learning.
Not really.
It's not teaching.
But if there's no influence, what's there to learn?
You have to have, so you know how to breathe. No one teaches you how to breathe.
You get slapped on the ass the second you come out, and you figure it out.
Yeah.
That's instinct. I get
you don't
that.
think you'd breathe if you didn't get slapped on the ass?
No, that's why they do
Maybe
it.
that's why I'm into that.
Oh shit! But yeah, no, that's actually a huge thing. Like, I mean, if there's no influence, there's nothing to learn. Nothing's new. The whole point of learning is being exposed to new elements. If you're not exposed to new elements, you're not going to learn anything.
So if we were to reset humanity, what would we teach it? Math. Math would be a very big thing. You have to have math, and everything you do, there's math.
Well, yeah. I don't understand the question.
Well, if you reset humanity, like everyone gets fucking MIB brainwashed right now.
Okay.
You would have to have a language. You'd have to have math.
Well, language is. I mean, communication is different than I guess to an extent. Yeah.
Grunts and well, if you think about what talking really is, it's just sounds and gaps. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's weird that we communicate with our mouth only. You know what I mean?
It's not true. We have sign language.
Yeah,
we
but
have
I mean,
hand gestures.
you
and I can give each other nods, and we understand what the fuck it is. I mean,
but like,
a lot of that comes with the relationship and just it's general communication. There's body language. There's eye language. I mean, there's all kinds of shit.
Well, even computers.
There's emotional language. I mean, me and you can say completely the same words in different tones and mean
completely different things.
Yeah.
That's why texting is such a fucked up thing. Like I'll see you outside.
Thank God for emojis.
Right.
But oh my God, I want to kill myself. Smiley face.
They had 2 AI computers that invented their own language, and they started talking to each other, and they had to shut them down. You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about.
Like, so if we never learn English, we'd eventually learn how to speak to each other. You know what I mean? We'd be like,
Well, speaking and communicating are different things. It's different. I get that.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Communication is
But the art of, and language is an art, and the actual upbringing of just language is really fucking cool. Especially thinking that English, you know, is a very old. It's not one. It's a newer language in the actual timeline of humanity.
There's a whole bunch of dead languages.
If you think about it, I mean, English is relatively new in the fucking, you know.
Maybe what, 2,000 years?
Well, considering it's 2020,
yeah,
I would think it's a little longer than that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the very least, I wonder when English was invented. Ooh, I wonder what the first language was. The first documented language.
Google that. No, I'm curious. But I don't even have my
Fact
phone
checker.
right
I don't know. So if we couldn't make sounds with our mouth, how do you think we'd communicate?
Signs.
Or writing.
Well, think.
Or blinks.
Well, how are you gonna decipher what writing is? If you, I mean, yeah, they got hieroglyphics back in the day, but
you could draw something.
But I would think, you know, like sign language, that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like there's two things that will always, unless you're deaf or blind, will always communicate is like music. You know what I mean? Everyone knows when something sounds good.
I mean, so that's another thing too. Like, you know, there's a lot of theories too to where
Sumerian.
Yeah.
Mesopotamia from around 3000 BC when it first started.
So 3,000. No.
And see, and that's the thing
5,000,
too. So you're talking about like written word, like, see, written shit was like way later than that. People were illiterate. It was all about word of mouth. Going down to paper and shit rock were very visual pictures. That's where the hieroglyphs started. That's why a lot of old histories are lost, because it was all word of mouth. It was all stories brought down from your elders, from your generations.
Game of telephone.
And then, you know, everything fucking happened, you know. And if it wasn't, you know, on a wall or something written down, we completely lost that history. It was all just word of mouth history.
So you think maybe we've reset somewhere in the past? You know what I mean?
Dude, I'm open for fucking anything.
Like, say, all right, say we nuke each other tomorrow and maybe like 1,000 people live and we like from different places and we all reconnect. We just restart. We have like, all we could do is write stuff down.
I mean, I choose to say that hasn't already happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe we reset. Like,
I'm open for it.
You're open for it?
I mean, look at the pyramids. Look at some of these fucking monuments that are like almost laser fucking cut. That are almost like perfect fucking angles. And we're thinking that these got made with like next to nothing tools.
Well, that's a theory, you know what I mean? But
I'm not talking like it's fucking alien. I'm not saying it's aliens, but I'm
not saying it's not.
You know, I'm not a meme or anything. I mean, who's to fucking say that hasn't already fucking happened? And we would never know, because if everything got erased, we would never fucking know.
Well,
history is written by the winner.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? You can't speak when you're dead. So, like, with that being said, if we reset everything, we could just tell people what we wanted.
Well, not even that, or if everything got reset.
We could tell people we're gods.
There'd be nothing to fucking...
What if we, like, everyone died and everyone that's 3 years older or younger lived, and we were the only people to teach? I would tell them I'm a god. I would tell everyone I'm a god.
We'd be fucked, because, like, I know how some shit works, but without some of the shit I don't know how it works, none of that shit's gonna work. Like, oh, hey... Yeah, it's cool. I can network your entire shit. I can make all this house. You know, you could be in California, you could be in fucking Israel, and I can make your computers talk.
Yeah,
I think no idea how to make electricity.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like,
it's just copper-based.
Let's get a bunch of batteries. See, that's where you come in. We're good. We're good.
We're good. An alternator makes it's just fucking magnets.
I'm sure I could figure it out. I found some books.
Finds the books. Books are fucking key, dude.
Like, I do like books.
You know, I mean, if the internet...
See, before YouTube, there was books. It's actually funny. I had to fix fucking... what the fuck was it? I forgot what it was, but I was Googling it and I couldn't find anything, and then I found a book, and I actually read a book.
Yeah, dude. Everyone thinks everything's on the internet, but like...
I fucking hate books. I never read books.
Everything from like the
It's funny, because I used to read books. Up to like 7th, 8th grade, I read a lot of books.
I'm a big audio
I just
fan.
stopped reading books.
But
I'm talking about like for pleasure.
Yeah. Well, I've been listening to The Witcher before that. Some space shit.
I played The Witcher.
Have you played the third one?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Dude,
about.
I'm like a third of a way through it.
Dude, it's funny because I started playing that, and then I got to that very first Griffin, and then I couldn't beat it, and I was like, what the fuck?
How do you not beat the first Griffin? It's the easiest one.
Dude, it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
You just throw fucking fire at it.
Yeah, but it took like an hour.
It took me 3 minutes.
I didn't have fire yet.
How did you not have fire?
Because
you didn't do the side quest.
I didn't do any side quests.
You just went
straight for the end.
And everything fucks you up. You know what? You know
and I was like, fuck this. This is stupid. I've done it for like 6 months. And I finally was like, yeah, whatever. And I put it back and I did the side quest. I'm like, why was this so fucking hard? But
yeah. No, I got
Speaking of, Division 2 is $3 right now on PS Plus.
What's Division 2?
You ever played The Division? It's dope. So I haven't played it yet, but I watched Ethan play it, and basically it's like it's a Tom Clancy game.
Okay.
And you're like a spec ops unit, but you got like abilities, and it looks cool.
Okay. I started playing.
Or it's like
Outer
Cyber.
Worlds.
I don't really fucking know.
It's the same people that made Fallout.
All right, so hang on. We're getting on dumb shit. I want to go back. So you were talking about AI. That intrigued me because you were saying they were having conversations with each other and they were learning things, so they shut them down.
Yeah.
And then you asked me a question. I forgot what the question was. And it's cool because AI, and that brings up the argument to where if they were self-aware.
Yes.
And no, I don't believe they're self-aware because self-awareness is a form of consciousness, and we have yet to be able to achieve a form of actual AI consciousness. And
Well, you just said if you die, your energy goes somewhere. You know what I mean? Your
AI is not
conscious
energy. AI is a program that we programmed.
Well, as far as we know. You know what I mean? Something programmed us. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can look at it that way. Yeah, we are essentially just fucking stimuli and fucking nerve endings. We're all electrical currents. Yes, 100%.
Well, I mean, even like Alexa is almost aware.
So I guess that really Alexa's not aware, but I guess that
It's
really,
aware of you. It knows you exist.
only because you tell it you are.
But if it started telling itself, if you put Alexa next to another Alexa and you asked one a question, and it went back and forth. You ever seen that shit?
But that's all predestined. Those are.
It's
all,
like calling two Chinese places and turning the phones. And
I understand
talking to
that,
each other.
but they're not making those things up themselves. Those are all part of an algorithm.
It's
for
not
them
an
to already
opinion.
answer.
It's a fact that they're saying.
It's all programming.
Well, I'm saying they don't have opinions.
I'm saying they're not making that up. That's already there's an algorithm to where they will go through take the query it's a query. They're taking the query that was given to them, doing a calculation based on the knowledge they have at their resources, and then giving a response.
I mean, is that not what your brain does?
Yes, but it's very different
Continue.
because they're programmed to do so.
We're programmed to do that.
We're not programmed to do so. We have free will. They have to do it.
You don't think one day that one's going to have its own free will?
If I said, "Hey Alexa, tell me this," and I said like random question that she answers every fucking day, and then she went randomly "fuck off," then we'd have a problem. If we got a rogue Alexa, that could be an issue. But if I said, "Hey Alexa, you tell me the next pizza joint," and she said some shit, and I was like, "Hey Alexa, tell Hey Google to fucking do this," and Hey Google went "Hey," and Alexa went "Hey, do this," and they started talking to each other. That's all just predetermined fucking speech because I gave both of them queries, and now I like query. It's all SQL, but that's not SQL obviously, but it's very similar to a SQL. I don't want to say math. It's very similar to just the fucking. I'm getting ahead of myself. If I ask something a question that's programmed to answer questions, it's going to do what it has to do to answer the question.
It can't tell you. It won't not tell you. It won't.
There's no
not
opinion. It's
answer.
all going to be based on fact. If it can't answer the question, then say, I can't answer that.
But then again, you're sucking in information and you're repeating the facts. That
Yeah, but I have free will.
you have the will not to tell you the wrong information.
I can't tell you the wrong information.
Correct.
I'm not programmed to do it. We're not programmed to do it. That's the whole fucking point.
I mean, like, what's the big difference between your brain and a computer?
The computer was made by my brain to do what I wanted it to do. The computer can't say no,
It could,
but it can't.
but it could if it was self-aware.
That's the whole difference.
I think we're close. So this is my theory behind this. I think they can make a light bulb that lasts forever, but they don't because there's money involved. I think they could make a computer to have its own opinion.
I mean, depending on the light bulb, they still got to be powered by something.
Just that we're powered by something. You know,
What are we powered by?
we're just a fucking body full of fluids.
But we have to power it.
Well, it's electricity up in our brains.
No, we eat food. That's
Well,
how we
that's true,
power
too.
ourselves.
But I mean,
If you quit eating, if you quit fueling, you would die.
you can contain your brain, could you not?
You would die. If you stop feeding yourself, which is our fuel, you would die.
All right, if you took your brain out of your head and put it into a robotic body, right, that just kept your brain alive, would that be a computer or a human?
What's going to power the robot body?
Electricity, a battery.
Okay, what's going to power the battery?
I mean, eventually, sunlight if you wanted to. Even if moving could power itself. Even if it didn't have to have power.
It has to have power.
Was it kinetic energy?
So it's going to sit there and rub its feet.
Maybe.
And shit all
Or I don't know. I'm just saying. Like,
That's what I'm saying. The power doesn't just start itself. Everything's powered by something. But we're getting off topic. You're not really asking me. You're kind of just beating around the bush on nothing.
well, I'm saying. All right, a microchip to a bearing. They're very similar.
To a bearing?
to a brain.
Oh, I think it's a bearing.
You know what I mean? I'm saying like a world smart computer and a brain. Very similar. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that like we're just programmed to respond.
No, we're not.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not.
Everything you know has been taught into you.
That's also not true.
It is true.
A lot of things I've taught myself.
Well, I'm saying, but it's been taught into you. Like,
No, see, well, that goes
right,
back.
So everything you learn.
Well, that goes back in the whole nature versus nurture thing as well. I mean, everything that I know has been taught into me, not necessarily, man. I mean, sometimes, what are your opinions on instinct?
I think instinct is like it all
That
depends
gut
on what
fucking
it is.
feeling, dude.
Well, you can teach yourself instinct.
That's not. I mean, yeah, over time, that's just adapted to
Repetition.
it. But that's just fucking. That's just God. That's not even. What's that? Fucking not Newton. God damn it, this is on video too. Fuck me.
Is right. Drink more beer.
That's just fucking. Just don't be a dumbass.
Darwin.
Yeah, this is Darwinism. All instinct is
But
Darwinism. Over time, you teach yourself
you
to
can have
survive.
bad instinct too.
Yes, that's why they die. That's Darwinism.
But then you
Survival
learn.
of the fucking fittest. Hey, if I touch this, it shocks me. I shouldn't do that again. And then,
So you don't think AI will ever become self-aware?
I mean, I think it's fucking possible, but that's a dangerous goddamn slope.
Well, that also brings the fact. What do you think was before us?
Well, how was it going to be AI if we didn't make it?
Well, I mean, maybe we weren't ever meant to be self-aware.
So now you're getting more Matrix shit. I'm not going to do full on conspiracy theories. Now let's get past that. But no, I mean, have you fucked with like IBM Watson at all? That's like one of the strongest fucking supercomputers in the world right now. It's full on IBM AI, and it's dope. And can I see someone's phone real quick?
Right here. Right down the middle. Jesus.
Android bullshit.
Androids are superior.
We'll talk tech in a second. And
Androids are
I'll
superior.
tell you why that's not true.
Okay.
My grandfather was texting me. He's actually a character. I should call him.
You're on the phone. You're on the line.
You're on the phone with Joe.
J-O-E.
Joe and Shane in the evenings.
I've been thinking about doing one live, but I don't know who I trust enough to do one live.
I'll do one live with you.
Yeah, it'd be a trip. Because at one time, you know what I mean, you say something, you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You get all like the unhappy emojis going across the screen. Jesus, look at you. You're becoming a computer. Looking at a computer. But you can't argue the fact that tech has blown up from 20 years ago. You know what I mean? If you would have told someone 20 years ago these phones exist, they'd laugh in your face. Tomorrowland at Epcot is now today.
So the big thing you're talking about, consciousness and AI. There's one test called the Turing test. And with that, it was developed in the 50s. And what that basically is the test is for a human to talk to an AI and not realize that it's an AI. Full on. And so far, no AI has passed that test.
Well, from the 50s.
No. To this day.
To this day.
I'm saying
To present.
Yes, to present. It's called the Turing test, and that is the as far as consciousness and the whole thing about self-aware. I mean, that's fucking different.
Well, it's because we got smarter. If you showed someone AI,
the whole thing, it's a program. There's ways to get around it. For example, when I program things, I did a lot of apps and shit like that. And when you're debugging, it's ask you want it to fail. My goal is to make it fucking fail. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So this is you're putting in input a number. All right, cool. I input a text. What happens? Hey, you can't do that. All right, cool. Gives me feedback. All right, so input a number. What if I input a stupid fucking long 16 fucking thousand long fucking digit? Does it break it? Does it crash? How does that work? And sometimes after a while, there's different ways to do it. And especially talking with AI. I mean, we used to, especially now we have Siri. We have Google. And remember back in the day with that fucking was the monkey you talked to on fucking AOL or whatever that shit. And back then, dude, we used to that's what we do. They make it say this. I make it say that. We talk and it's like, yeah, say this. Hey, what's this? Add this up for me. They do that.
Yeah.
Now divide it by this. Now tell it it's from Iraq. I'm like, do it. And say all this shit. And finally, after a while, it would just fucking crash. That's the test.
I don't think you get that far, but
So I'm saying, but after a while, it's debugging and debugging and debugging and debugging. And to this day, no matter how smart we fucking get, nothing's past that shit. At the end of the day, it fucking crashes. You got to reboot the system.
do you think it ever will?
I mean, I fucking hope not. That's like some fucking Skynet shit right there.
Terminators.
Well, I mean, at that point, I mean, if you look at it, if you make them that fucking smart, if you do, what I say is, if that's cool, keep it contained, no networks near it. By that I mean like a fucking like fairway cage.
Yeah.
On that bitch. You know what a fairway cage is?
No.
A fairway cage is something that completely blocks incoming and outgoing signals. So nothing can get in, nothing can get out. Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth, nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
No, infrared, fucking.
Like in an elevator when I was trying to talk to you earlier on the phone.
Yeah, but imagine that wrapped in like, you know, military grade tinfoil.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for what this is worth, put it in the elevator.
Like if we were to move all of our nuclear warheads and someone was trying to track them, like that's where you put that truck in. Like it's like fucking, it's like Fort Knox underground bunker shit. And so they can't get on any network. Because the second they can transfer themselves to a network, they can get in every fucking thing else, and we're fucked.
Yeah, all you need is an IP address, right? And you can get in anything.
I mean, you need a public IP address. That's a little bit different. But I mean, but it doesn't matter. You can get on a phone.
Well, technically, from any computer, if you knew what you were doing, you could get on anything.
Yeah, I can do that.
Even from a fucking Google Chrome computer. As long as you knew what you were doing.
I can do that.
Why don't you transfer millions of dollars on my phone?
I mean, it's possible, but I need passwords and stuff.
You don't just hack it.
There's a lot of hacking involved on that. You know, before I actually came out to do the whole hemp shit in Oregon, I was actually going for my CEH.
What's CEH?
Certified Ethical Hacker.
Do you think you could get into like Fort Knox and shit?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What do you think you would look like if you got that? You think you'd be like a neck breather at a computer all the time? With like a pet snake?
So when I did do programming, I only did that for a couple months, and I hated it because that's what it was. It was literally
sitting at a desk.
I was debugging and I was coding. I was doing back end coding for fucking apps and shit like that, and it just sucks. You know, you're really just writing walls and walls of code, just building modules, and I fucking hated it. You're just headphones in, locked in, whatever.
For hours.
Yeah, it sucked ass. I hated it. So I got more into networking, and that was cool. I got to go around to clients and build their networks, and that was actually really cool because networks are just making shit talk. Like, hey, I got 5 car dealerships. I need Wi-Fi everywhere. And I need all my dealerships to talk. I'm like, all right, dope. So we're gonna have your central server here. So everyone has a server. Everyone's put on here. No VPN at the spot. Like that. It was cool. I can make everything fucking talk, which is dope. But the hacker shit. So I did a few contracts. One was with PPG in Wilmington, and this is like as I was getting into it. And basically, I would just go in to people and say, hey, you know, I do security audits, and I want to find vulnerabilities in your system. I'm $150 an hour. If I hack your shit, you pay me. If I don't, tell me to fuck off. And you'll be like, okay, done. And I'm like, I get 30 days to do this, and I'm logging everything I do. And like, okay, cool. And this is like one of the first contracts I got, and I went out there, and it's like, I just need basic clearance, nothing nuts, just anything that like a general like mailroom employee would have. It's like, okay, so I'm not gonna tell you how I did it, but I was able to get in, and I shut down an entire floor.
Do you think you could hack my app for work that does my schedules?
Probably.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to hang out after this for a little bit. I want everyone to work every shift.
But it was actually pretty funny though, because I.
What do you think was your biggest?
It was pretty funny though. I walked into the guy. I was like, "Hey man, yeah, so I'm gonna need that check." He's like, "What do you mean? Everything's up and running?" I was like, "Is it?" I was like, "Yeah." I put up my laptop real quick, hit a couple buttons.
Everything just crashed.
It's like, "Is it?" And he looked at it and he was like, "Yeah." And everyone kind of started looking up, like, "Hey, my internet's down. Hey, my internet's down. Hey, my internet's down. Hey, I can't access my files. Hey, I can't access my files." And I pulled up his personal fucking documents on my computer, and I showed him my computer.
So, like, all right, so
I was like, yeah, write me a check.
So the internet runs on one giant server?
No, absolutely not.
So where is the internet?
Internet's everywhere.
Everywhere, but you can't shut it all down at once?
Absolutely not. That's not how that works. Online is online.
If you were to explain internet, how would you explain it?
It's a... Jesus Christ.
That's a good one, right? It's not tangible.
It's a massive, intangible network of information. So
did the internet exist before we made it?
Well, no.
But it exists now.
Yes.
And it will always exist.
Well, it's all. I mean, it's not really just the internet. I mean, it's servers. It's fucking cable lines. I mean, now there's so many different mediums now too. I mean, now we have. Back in the day, it was dial-up. It went over phone lines, and then it went over to cable lines, and
now it's fiber, right?
Well, now we're at fiber, and fiber's fucking cool. A lot of phone lines are actually running over. It wasn't technically fiber, but it was because it's all about the spectrum. So. With cable, it's copper. With fiber, it's light. So it's actually we're actually emitting so it's all packets. At the end of the fucking day, all the information that's being sent can be broken. They're called packets. And there's different layers of said packets. There's a send and there's a receive. And I'm not going to get into that whole fucking thing with you. But there's different layers of said packet. So there's basically the sender address, and there's the encryption, and there's the actual message, and there's all the shit that it's got to go through, and then there's the actual encryption, and it's called a handshake. Then it's got to make sure, hey, my encryption matches your encryption. And they're like, oh shit. So you're going to send, hey, I'm going to send it out, and then they send you an ACK package, which is like, hey, I acknowledge you sent it to me. And they're like, they send it back. I'm like, okay, cool, I acknowledge you sent it back to me. And they're like, oh shit, all right, sick. And they send it back, and they're like, oh fuck, our encryption's matched. Like, oh shit, we should unlock this. And then boom, you get the message. And that's like the central gist of encrypt, like how that kind of works. But at the end of the day, it's all packets, and there's billions and billions and trillions and fucking, I don't even know the number higher than that.
Yeah, Google's.
Just absurd amount of fucking packets. So a lot of way we hacking, like, internet is about capturing these packets and then unencapsulating them. And by doing that, that's like, for example, if one of my basic security classes, just from my like CompTIA, Sec Plus class, like basic fucking internet security, my final exam was, hey, write me a write-up of if you were to build a network for a hospital and how you secure it, or hack this router.
Okay.
And it was a WPA2 enterprise level password. And the way I did it was I basically set up my own antenna, and I broadcasted that out to capture all the packets from the router coming in and out. And once I was able to get enough of them, and there's a Linux system called Kali that you can, there's a lot of pre-built hacking systems in it. And if you know how to manipulate it properly, you can basically capture all those packets and then remove enough of them to get the actual encryption from the fucking Wi-Fi password.
So you pull a piece out of every one of them.
To just capture everything.
Yeah.
You take all the data you can back. So instead of, as it's receiving, I put a fucking bridge in the middle that puts it down to me. And then I take all that into my program, and then it takes all of that data.
Did they tell you to put the bridge there?
No.
No.
And so it's actually pretty cool. So at the end of it, I didn't even have the actual Wi-Fi password, but at the end of the day, it's all ones and zeros. So with that, it was a hexadecimal key. So I actually had a hexadecimal key that I was able to put into the router, not the actual password. Then I was able to get it.
So what blows my mind about all this is it's not tangible. You know what I mean?
That was 100% tangible.
All the ones and zeros are not. It's just.
Yeah,
code,
I can look at it.
But you can't touch it. Tangible is touching.
But it's on my screen.
I mean, you can look at something but not touch it. You know what I mean? You can look at air, but you can't touch air. You know what I mean? Are you touching air, though?
Fuck yeah,
Are you touching the space between it?
I'm touching all of it.
You know what I mean? Well, what I'm saying is, all right, so take the
I'm
stock market
loosey-goosey,
for,
motherfucker.
like, the stock people buy and sell shares, but no one ever can hold a share in their hands. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, money's tangible, Bitcoin's not. Unless you put it on, like, a drive.
Money, it's all very tangible. I mean, I understand the concept that you're trying to say.
You see what I'm saying, though?
But at the end of the day, I mean, yes, if I have a value of something and I can purchase something from said value, it's a tangible value.
I don't agree with that. Like, I think to be
if I can buy a tangible item with an intangible value, yes, it's tangible.
Okay. How about this? Give me a stock.
Open your phone.
But I'm not touching the stock. You know what I mean?
I
can give you a nutterable. I can give you a.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
And that makes sense, but that's a stupid thing to fucking go about.
But that's right, though, right? Is it not?
I mean, yeah,
It's right. It's so fucking right.
By the definition of tangible, yes.
Okay, Google. What's the definition of tangible?
Here's the definition of tangible. Perceptible by touch.
Ooh. You have to touch it. You can't just see it. That's wild, though, right?
That's hella wild.
I wonder what it's called when you can see it, but not touch it. I guess you could touch Steam.
I'm gonna call my grandfather.
Really?
I'm gonna call him back.
You put him online? You can tell him you're on the show?
Hell yeah.
I got a show now. I want to be famous one day.
Nah, he's actually pretty cool.
How old's your grandpa?
So he's, what did he just turn? He's turned like 70 something.
Should we not tell him we're drinking?
Oh, definitely tell him we're drinking.
This is his mom's side or dad's side?
So he's the crazy Christian dude.
Oh god, this might be bad.
No, it's not like that. He's cool. I love my grandfather.
You should tell him that you're on this.
No, he's cool as fuck.
Make sure
I 100% will. I'm just curious what he's gonna say.
But what?
I don't know. Let's see how this goes.
What does he listen to for music?
Nothing. Don't pick up religion at all.
Religion, Pape Greco. What's that? Where's he at? You know,
He's in Pittsburgh. He's the one in the house. This is the guy I was talking about earlier. Yeah, it's all good.
Ron.
Fix it.
Hello.
Hey,
What's up?
you texted me earlier. I figured I'd give you a call.
Oh. And you know those T-shirts that I...
Hey. Yeah,
No,
nah, don't. I don't need any more T-shirts. Thank you though.
I like
okay.
t-shirts.
Joe likes T-shirts. Send them. Fuck it.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hey, so
Okay, hey, how you doing, other grandson?
hey, it's my buddy Joe. He was out the farm with me. You've seen some pictures of him. He was the other guy with super long hair. Good looking kid.
Now you're just flattering me.
So I figured I'd call you back. So I'm actually live on a podcast right now, and you're on the air.
Oh.
So I figured I'd give you a call and see what was up. You always got something interesting to say.
Oh, is that right? I was supposed to say something interesting.
No, you always say something interesting.
It's
That's why I gave you a call.
I got t-shirts. What kind of t-shirts do I get?
I'm unloading stuff on you again. Whenever I need to dump something, I always make it sound like it's really nice.
Oh, sometimes you don't even ask. You just send shit. Oh, by the way, I sent you a package. Like, no, it's always appreciated. Like the last one you said was great. Like I gave Kyle some socks. Like I got a bunch of socks. I got a bunch of shirts. It was
I
great.
want socks.
That kid got enough socks for everybody.
Oh, the
down
other
there.
no, dude. I finally did laundry. It took me.
Years.
Oh no,
Years.
No, Joe even knows. Yeah, because I got rid of a bunch of shit. But no, I it took me like I think like 6 or 7 loads of laundry. But I was able to go through all of my clothes from everything that you sent me as well for like 6 weeks before I did any fucking laundry. It was crazy.
Man.
When Shane was on the farm, he never did laundry.
I did all kinds of
That's
laundry.
all.
Emily did my laundry. I
Here's
didn't
the
have
whole
to.
thing.
Oh yeah, Joe was on the farm with me in Oregon, by the way. That the guy I was
Oh,
talking
you're the
with.
farmer. You're the farmer guy. You're another farmer guy.
Well, he was on the farm with me. I wouldn't call him a farmer guy.
Yeah, I'm far from a farmer.
He was there. He was present. Right?
I was president.
You mean a whiskey?
Hey, Shane, the whole idea is to have clothes is you'd be able to do one laundry for each type of food. What's going on with this thing?
What thing?
I'm getting the feedback.
I got a microphone.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, it's a lot better actually.
Okay. I always put the speaker on so I don't have to put it to my ear.
Oh,
but
dude,
it never-
you're
the
much
speakers never
clearer
work.
right now, actually. Yeah. So what's up? What's up with you?
Oh, nothing. Me and your grandma's down here working on another house, cleaning it up.
Other house. What's the other house?
Down in East Pittsburgh at 404.
Okay. Maybe I was telling earlier you bought a house. Yeah.
We're coming to see you.
I was talking about you earlier.
Good. You know why? Because you guys could help me, man. I'll give you a job. I'll even
cool.
pay you.
I love working.
Cool.
Shane and I work our asses off.
Oh, yeah,
I got painting to do. I got floors to sand on.
Oh boy.
Actually,
yeah.
I actually. Side note: I actually do have like 2 or 3 guys that could definitely come down there and help you, but it's for work. I mean, you'd have to pay them
And probably house them.
and definitely house them.
Oh, really?
But
And
they're-
put up with them.
But I mean, they're good old boys.
That's cool. I like good old boys, man.
One's got
You know
about
what
as
I gotta
much
do?
teeth as a
We
jack
got
on
a
her.
roof. Got a roof to put on.
Tyler actually does roofing.
Why?
Yeah. What?
Just burn it. Just burn it down.
Burn it down.
Well, I think that's what my grandma wants to do.
That's what I said. I was like, you got insurance on that thing? You said, yeah. I was like, cool, I'll be there in like 2 weeks. Don't tell nobody.
Make sure you burn it all the way down though.
Get the good insurance. Wait a little bit.
Where I get the furniture, I have to move the furniture in first.
No, you don't need to move the furniture. And just buy the furniture, get the insurance on the furniture, then claim it was in the house.
Get crappy furniture though.
Oh, you got to go to Goodwill then.
No, go to Habitat. It's better. It's more right off.
Helping hands.
That's not a bit of fake. That's all fake stuff.
You think Goodwill isn't? Habitat's a hell of a lot better than Goodwill.
Furniture's really a ripoff because you buy it for like
Goodwill.
$5 grand and it's worth
Goodwill.
100. Like
Goodwill is nothing but people giving this guy
Goodwill's.
free
I'm not.
stuff to
That's why I
sell.
said don't go to Goodwill. Go to Habitat.
Habitat's overpriced.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
you
an
heard it.
idea.
Habitat actually helps people. Goodwill's a for-profit organization.
You ain't lying. That's true.
Salvation Army.
So what's up with you? You driving the bus again? He drives
No,
a
still-
school bus.
Oh
I
yeah.
have to get
Timmy
my
Gork.
stress test.
Timmy Gork.
I'm working on getting my stress test. I have to get my stress test.
Timmy Gork.
What?
I forgot how old you are.
I'm 70.
Jesus.
Yep.
He's a good looking
I think I'm
70. I'm built just like him, dude. So he was a bodybuilder in like high school and shit. He's the one that's like did a lot of my fitness stuff. So Joe's actually he's not a bodybuilder, but he works out a lot too with me. And but dude, he's just like me. I got his
Yeah,
fucking
shoulders.
figure. Bro, dude, this dude's 70 years old, so I was like full biceps. It's crazy.
How old were you when you bodybuilt?
I was like 19, 20, 21.
That's the prime age right there.
But he was telling me, hey, how many reps per pound of gain did you figure out back in the day?
500 reps.
500 reps per pound of gain. They did the math and like figured it out. Every 500 reps you do is a pound of gain.
Yep. Yeah, we used to work at
You know what?
70.
We're now talking about working out. Tell me your workout plan.
Tell you workout plan.
Tell me your workout plan.
What's your chest day?
Your old one. Your old workout plan. I want to hear all about it.
Oh man, jeez. Well, you start off with lightweight, and you do that just to get your muscles pumped. Once you get your muscles pumped, your heart going, then you just start doing everything's opposite. If you do bench press, then you do back work. Then you do bench press, then you do back work. If you do biceps, then you do triceps. That way you can constantly don't have to stop working out. You just keep working out, but you do opposite muscles on everything. Same with lats. You do presses, then you do pull downs. Then you do presses. Then you
That's push pull. We all know that. I mean, what's the secret though? You got big as hell real quick.
Well, we used to do protein of the sea for one thing, for protein to build the muscles. But we used to do 70 sets of muscle.
In a sitting?
Each time we do, if we do a tricep, we did 70 sets of 10.
70. Hang on. 70 a rep. So seven by 10.
Yeah.
Damn.
How long were you in the gym for at a time?
6 hours.
Jesus Christ. I do an hour of the gym, an hour of Muay Thai, and then an hour of Jiu-Jitsu, and then an hour of training.
You know what? That would put you in. That would put you in the very best shape that you could ever imagine being in.
I'm in pretty good shape.
Yeah, when I was doing karate, I was like, to this very day, my reactions are like split.
Yeah.
I'll come whoop that asshole, man.
They didn't have a prayer.
Yeah, I've heard some stories about my grandpa. Grandma's told me stories about grandpa looking out for grandma.
Oh yeah.
Tell me one. Let me hear one.
Oh, she used to get mad.
No. I want to hear a story.
Well, there's one time I was walking down the street, and her and her girlfriend were standing there in the sky there. So I walked by them and stuff, and he said something. I thought he said something to her. So I turned around and I says, you got something to say? He just looked at me. He goes, well, you hit him off. So I grabbed him by his shirt. You grab somebody's shirt and point me. Go, hey.
Get him all ruffled up.
Yeah. So I picked him up.
By his shirt?
Yeah.
Like off the ground?
Yeah. Real slow. Looking at him the whole time. Then I turned around and I set him on top of a car. And then I picked him up the car again real slow. And I turned him around back where he was. And I set him back down. I did it in slow motion so he'd get the point. Real slow. And I said to him, I said, hey, now you want to talk about this? You didn't say nothing, so I let him go. That's why he's take care of you. Another guy one time, she was getting in the car. These two guys, she was on a corner waiting for his car pulled by. And he was like tonguing, like, he wanted to tongue her, you know what I mean? So I said, get in the car. So I chased this. I had this real old car, piece of crap car, So I chased him around East Pittsburgh, street after street. Finally, he got into a stop sign about 3 cars back. I jumped out of the car and I ran up and dove in the window. Terrorized him in the car. That's what I used to do. Just great.
How big were you back then?
What's that?
How big were you back then?
How old was I?
How big? How much you weigh?
I weighed, I think, what was it, about 210?
Jesus.
I had a 46-inch chest and a 32-inch waist.
What were you benching back then?
A house.
Oh, I don't know about. We used to work out with
You never maxed out? Not once?
we never did that. We never took a chance of getting hurt. I used to be able to military press 200 pounds and never even did presses. Just
Yeah,
from picking up them.
when I was playing rugby, they wouldn't let us do 1 rep maxes. We can only do 3 rep maxes.
Yeah, you had to. We were careful not to.
Tell you what though, your boy was 3 rep at 240.
Who?
I said me.
What'd he do?
I was 3 rep at 240 back then.
Really?
Yeah.
We should do. You want French curls work?
That seems not 240. Jesus Christ, that's super low. No. Nah, never mind. Disregard that statement. My 10 set was 225 back then. Never mind. That's dumb.
The idea is
We're gonna edit that.
the idea is for you working out was
My 3 back then was like 305.
you don't want to push. You don't want to always push like the heaviest weight you can.
Oh no.
But you
So
want.
the way I had a program that we used to use, and we maxed out every 8 weeks, and the program would take a percent of our maxes to use for the reps for the remainder of the 8 weeks. So like for the first 2 weeks, let's say we're doing 5x5, it would be 70% of the max, and then the next 2 weeks it'd be 3x10, it'd be 85% of the max, and then the next 2 weeks it'd be we're gonna go hella big. We're gonna actually do 10-8 10-9 8-3-5, or 10-9 I'm talking about 10-9 8-7 5-6 reps, and then that'd be 30% of the max. So we needed the max to get a percentage of the weight that we needed to use to build for the actual reps coming in 8 weeks, and that was why we did our maxes.
Well, you'll be stronger and better off if you did a lot of reps.
So I get that, but lifting heavy as well has been proven right now, and I'm not trying to bicker with you. I actually want to hear the back end on it, but lifting heavy right now 5x5 is one of the most beneficial things that I've read to do. Heavyweight 5x5, actually building like strength, and mind you, everyone's gonna hit a plateau. Once you hit that plateau, yes, you need to kind of start working with lighter reps, kind of leaning out a little bit, burning that fat off for that actual muscle to continue building. But
You want to do a fast workout for the maximum amount of strength.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
fasted.
Yeah. Here's how you do it.
no, he said fasting. He said fasting. You're talking about like HIT stuff, like high intensity interval training.
No. This is like resistance. It's all resistance. Whatever you do, like you take a dumbbell and you curl the dumbbell up and you hold it there, and you just hold it until you can't hold it anymore. And what you're doing is you're pushing it up against like a full curl. You're pushing it the whole time. Eventually, you can't hold it, but you keep pushing, and you put it till it goes down, straight down. 1 rep. If you're doing bench presses, you put the weight up, and you hold it until it comes down to your chest. But you're resistance coming down the whole time. 1 rep. That's all you have to do. And everything you do, that's how you do it. You'd be surprised how strong you'll get.
I mean, how heavy are we talking on that?
As much as you can, as much as you could hold.
Like calisthenics almost.
What?
Like calisthenics. Holding something out in front of you as long as you can.
As long as you can. Just hold it.
So I trained to fight. Sorry,
a little background. Joe is an old school buddy. He's actually one of my first friends that I made back here in North Carolina when I first moved here. Known him for years. He came out to Oregon with us. He farmed with us for a little bit. Then he came home. We were doing a thing, and now he's doing Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu. He's actually training for a fight at the moment.
Is this the guy you used to do the Muay Thai with and all that stuff?
No, that was back in Greensboro. That was a few years back. Now Joe is he's the other long-haired fellow I showed you. He kind of looked like homeless Jesus.
I am definitely homeless Jesus.
No, he was out in Oregon. I guarantee you've seen pictures of him. But no, he was out in Oregon with me. But he's fighting now. He's doing jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, and he's actually training for a fight. He got 60 days?
Something like that.
Yeah, to actually get prepared for this.
Where you fighting at?
I got one out in Charlotte coming up. So one's jiu-jitsu, one's Muay Thai. It's all over the place, man. There's so many people. I'm 30 years old, man. Like, I'm not 20 anymore where I can get back up. I gotta work.
He's in good shape, though. I mean, you're probably what, $160, $165?
I weighed in at 160, 62 earlier.
Fuck you, that's a good observation.
I was 155 last week.
You're a fucking bum!
Well, like between 155 and 170 is where all the killers, that's where they hang out.
Do you making any money?
I don't fight for money. It's just a hobby.
Oh, that's even better, man.
I mean, I'll stand up with you. I ain't gonna go to the ground. I'll box you all fucking day.
I got pretty good hands.
That's fine. Me too.
You get cut.
I got a better chin than you, piece of shit.
I don't know. We'll find out. I keep mine tucked.
Just keep your teeth. The whole thing is to keep your teeth.
Oh, I wear a mouth guard all the time.
I can get new teeth.
You know, I'll tell you, I was really against wearing a cup until about 3 weeks ago. I got tapped right in the pecker.
Oh, man, that hurts, doesn't it?
Oh, man, it's a sting like you'll never forget. I wear a cup now.
Man. That'll make a believer out of you.
I'll tell you what, man, cups are very humbling. I thought I was going to be like, I bought a large cup. I went to put my dink in there. Boy, it was like a cave.
Well, it sucks, dude, because like the larger the cup you get, the more ride you get on the sides.
Oh God!
And the less mobile you are, it's the worst. Like I'd rather fold my shit up and wear the extra small one, and then just like I never really had to wear one. I only wore one season actually because, well, I played defensive end at Sanderson in my sophomore year, and I had one or two like offensive linemen as they were getting better. You kind of nut tap you. And then they wore cups, and I didn't because I wanted to be more mobile. So I started wearing a cup that season. And then after that, it was pretty much whatever. But rugby, dude, I never wore a cup on that shit.
I talked to Shane about coming to train with me at night, actually.
Is he going to do it?
I don't know.
I mean, I want to. I haven't. I don't know the
He's
funds.
got enough time to go shoot pool.
I ain't got the funds to go do a new gym membership right now.
It's not that bad. It's $100 a month.
Yeah, I can't do that right now.
How much you spend on a beer?
I didn't spend anything on beer.
Tonight?
Let's not.
I got me a sugar mama. Told you that.
Oh, we'll have her pay for it. Even better. Just be like, baby, I'll get in good shape. I love fighting, man. Like, it'll humble you, though, because, like, everyone thinks they're badass until they meet someone that's badass.
Well, no, it's nothing new, man. I mean, dude, I did 2 years in Muay Thai in Greensboro. I did a little bit. I didn't do any jiu-jitsu. I did a little bit of jiu-jitsu. I got maybe like 8 months of jiu-jitsu under me. I got enough. I can do arm bars like Kamara's fucking. I can at least change mounts like shit like that, but I'm not technical at all. I'm also heavy, so I know enough. I know enough to not get hit in it. But dude, I boxed for 3 years as well. I mean, my stand-up's solid.
Yeah.
I came into college with a mouth on me. I figured I needed to at least back it up with a little bit of training. But
Yeah.
Put a mouth on you.
You gotta keep it shut or it'll get broken.
hey,
Yeah.
remember when you and Grandma came way back in the day and you came to one of my shows?
Yep.
So that was back when I used to just fight all the time.
Well, why'd you do that?
Well, because it was one of those. Like, it wasn't like I was starting shit. It was just more of like a.
Yeah, he's definitely.
You know, like, I mean, yeah, I was. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But whatever. But it was one of those like, all right, you know, you have a problem, we got a problem. You know, you bring 3 of your boys, I'll bring 3 of my boys. We'll meet in this parking lot. We'll duke it out. And at the end of that, we're done.
Oh, I used to tell people that too, but I didn't bring any boys. I just said, bring your boys with you. I'd fight all you.
I did the same shit.
That's exactly what I'm saying. But back then, it worked out. It was straight. It was fuck you. I got a problem. That's cool. Meet up. Bring whatever. Bring whoever. But you always brought a little bit of backup just in case. You hoped to be a one-on-one fight. Most of the time, it wasn't a one-on-one fight. But anyways, it was meet us in the back of this fucking abandoned movie theater parking lot, and we'll duke it out. And that's how we did it. And it was whatever. That's what it was. And it went down all the fucking time. And I would get random calls like, yo, homie just hit me up talking shit. Like, I need you to roll through. Like, all right, what's good? And you would go support your buddy. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you didn't do anything, but you wanted to be a one-on-one fight. But the second he shows up with, 3 cars behind him, like, oh, shit, now we're actually fighting.
Now we're fighting cars.
And now we're fighting cars. But, so then I got a little older, and it was like, oh, shit, I should probably actually back this up. So, I did a little bit more. I started boxing first. Because I figured just standing up, whatever. In a bar fight, jiu-jitsu isn't going to fucking help me. So I did, boxing first. Right. I did about 2 years of Muay Thai, and then I did like a little bit of jiu-jitsu just because one of my fraternity brothers rolled, and I went to go roll with him just for free. So fuck it. But nah, man, dude, I was talking to you a second ago. Dude, I'll go stand up with you outside right fucking now. You got gloves?
Yeah.
What up? I'll go a couple rounds with you. You got a mouth guard?
No. I also have to work tomorrow.
You don't get to wear one either.
You can wear mine.
Only if you lick it first.
Oh, it's been in my mouth. It's it's funny. Like I sweat a lot at the bar, but like when you sweat in the gym, it's such a different smell.
Yes,
Good
it
smell,
is.
though.
It's such a different smell. Like my sweat at the bar is like cat pee, and then my sweat at the gym is like cedar chips.
It gets your dick hard. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird.
Yeah,
It gets you going. It gets
and then
you
you
going.
have the cup on it. And everything's confused. Like,
It gets you going.
It's like blowing up a balloon in a jar.
It gets you going.
That's funny, man. You want to go to Jim? You want to go to Jim Shane?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Shane would
Well,
love
let's
it.
go.
You have to get past the first 2 weeks. They kind of suck, but after that, it's fucking great.
I got a temp job going right now, covering the majority of my stuff. I gotta wait for the next level. I'm gonna go roll with it.
You have. What are you doing now?
Nothing.
I'm the executive assistant, the CEO at a biomedical device company.
Executive assistant.
Personal assistant, but executive assistant
It sounds fancy. He's actually the janitor. Mops the shit out of the floors.
No, it's cool though, man. No,
He's the
it's crazy.
engineer.
So like,
He's the engineer.
He made the mop.
that dude's the engineer. It's actually pretty cool, man. This dude basically finds like these new like just biomedical devices, like these small companies. Like for example, one of these are like it's a CPR device that basically it beeps and shows colors when you're doing the proper pressure and positioning for a CPR person, for someone that's not trained.
Yeah.
Something as simple as that.
Wow.
And
Is that right?
so he basically finds these little startups and these little tiny companies and buys them, and then he goes to like Johnson & Johnson, like Bayer, and sells them.
Why don't you buy into the company?
Yeah.
Buy into it.
Well, like nowadays, there's so many companies. Like it's a gamble.
I mean, there's nothing to buy into. I'm saying he's the one that buys those companies, and then builds them up, and then sells them to the larger companies.
So you're getting paid though, right?
Oh yeah, I'm getting paid. It ain't bad.
That's the plan is to get paid.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
yeah, that's not bad. But like I said, this is just a temporary thing until I find something real.
Well,
I mean, no,
say-
but dude is actually super cool. I mean, he's offered to invest in me a couple times. I just haven't had the proper venture to do it so far. It's been cool. I finally started my own LLC, which is pretty cool.
Oh. What are you doing?
Massaging men.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm just playing.
Full frontal men massages.
That's it, man.
700 reps.
No, I'm kidding. No, it's Kelly Consulting Solutions is actually
That's
me.
not bad.
And I'm doing full residential and commercial IT solutions.
All right.
I mean, I only have 2 clients right now, but we're getting there.
That's better than none.
It's a start. I mean, it's
Yes.
it's $90 an hour, so I'll take it.
Sorry. So how much you need for the gymnasium?
Ooh, 135 a month.
I don't need anything from you.
And socks.
What?
I don't need anything, and I mean this in the most respectful way. That came out earlier wrong. I want nothing from you on that. I'll figure it out.
I'll force him to
Okay.
figure it out.
All right.
We're getting there. But no, so yeah, that's kind of, so he offered, to be honest with you, we're getting to that point, fuck it. But yeah, he offered to invest in that with me a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do it with him because that guy's, whatever, I can do that shit. I don't need it. I can do it on my own. But I'm starting my own shit. I'm basically just full on IT solutions, building clients, residential, commercial. Anybody that can't afford their own IT company, I got you, fucking hourly or contracted, whatever. I can do all that shit.
What'd you do growing up, Grandpa?
He works in a steel mill.
I was an industrial pipe fitter.
USS. He's actually did cool shit. You would talk to him. He worked at USS Steel. How long did you work at USS Steel?
31 years.
31 years.
What were you doing there?
I was a pipe fitter, industrial pipe fitter,
Okay.
high pressure welding.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
Joe's a really good mechanic. Works on cars, motorcycles. I mean, he's a welder. He does all kinds of cool shit.
Well, see, that way you'll always be able to make a living.
Yeah.
I did some high altitude cut work over 300 feet. I was cutting down corn silos and, cutting 6x6 squares and dropping them. And I'll tell you what, man, that is some work. That is some hard work. Moving
Yeah,
steel
man.
all day. Pulling water.
So Joe's like my sketchy friend. Like, so where it's like, hey, dude, I need your help. Like, hey, hold this and don't look up. And I'm like, all right. And I just kind of, he's like, actually, matter of fact, hold your head down. And I just feel burning sensation. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I kind of open my eyes and I just see red shear everywhere. And I look up and he's got a fucking, whatever, I don't know what cutter it was, but I just see red nothingness going through sheet metal above me. And I'm literally holding the sheet that he's cutting. Like, no gloves, no goggles, no nothing. And I'm like, okay, so this is my friend Joe.
You just need all you need is
Jeez.
boots. All you need is boots and jeans.
Yeah. No gloves, no helmet,
Yeah.
no nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Like 3
man.
years ago, my hands.
Hey,
were-
you know, see when you can do that, you'll get a job. You can go anywhere and get a job. You know.
Yeah, I mean the pipeline, man. That's crazy hard work. But I mean,
Remember that time we would get under the tractor and we didn't have a jack big enough, so I actually had to hang on the back of it and rock it
yes.
so you could actually slide. No, I don't understand. So we had all of our jacks on this. This mind, it was a tiny little piece of shit tractor, but it was still a tractor, and we just couldn't get it enough off the ground for him to get under the engine and do whatever the hell he needed to do. So I literally had to stand on the back of it and like wedge myself under with two of us like actually hanging on top of it to just pick it up that like 1 inch enough of it for him to get more underneath it to fix this one.
That's what felt like the smart thing
So
to do.
I'm literally just hanging there. So if I would have let go, I mean, he would have been under. It was so. This is Joe.
we had a discer on the back, and we'd have one person like picking up the disc, and then the other person wedging the tractor back into the disc.
So do you know what a disc is on a tractor?
No.
All right, so a disc is basically it's a big attachment on the back of the tractor that are the giant, like between like what's called giant little metal discs that literally they're at angles against each other. So
Oh,
where you
yeah,
drive
I
them,
know,
you drive
yeah.
them, yeah. So it breaks up the dirt.
Yeah. I know what
Now,
that is.
after a while, they do nothing because the topsoil was so loose, you have to weigh it down. Now, ours was so tiny, and we had a field so big, and we didn't have any of the funds to properly like get a giant weighted one, that we would just literally like hang on to the tractor and stand on top of it.
So
while
our
somebody
solution
was-
to which was we threw giant rocks in the back of the disc, and we all sat on
giant
it.
rocks in a trash can and two
And
metal
trash cans.
Yeah, so
Right.
yeah, so we took truck straps and like toe straps and like fucking bungees and got these metal trash cans and just filled them with rocks.
Probably 700 pounds of rocks.
And put it, and after a while, the still wasn't enough, so we actually had to stand on top of them while the whole tractor. Dude, it was
Grandpa, you have no idea how many rocks we've picked up in our lives.
Joe's my sketchy get the job done friend, and you two would get along. That's why I called you.
That's cool. Like to meet you, Joe.
Oh God, I'd love to meet you too.
Hey, tell him how you what was it the saw incident? Was he threw your back out or your leg? What did you do?
When?
When you tore something, the saw stayed where it was and you moved. You were cutting
Well-
something. Was it a concrete grinder? Dude, 7
Oh,
years
I-
old. He's redoing. He's like ripping up the concrete floor in his basement, and he's like cutting. Well, you were cutting concrete or some shit. Like the saw stayed and it was, and like ripped your shoulder up. What the hell did you do?
Oh, I was picking up a piece of sword line and it had a bunch of muck in it. I couldn't get it out, so I picked it up and I threw it forward. You know, like you're underhanding something,
Mm-hmm.
and I pulled the bicep muscle off my bones.
Yeah, that's what my mom just did. She just had surgery done on her shoulder because of which.
Yeah, that's what I just had it done.
Oh, really? Yeah, she's in a sling and everything.
I'm healing now, but I tell you
So
what.
is she. No shit. Small world.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, you guys are
think
getting
you,
along.
you think you could do stuff like you did when you were a kid? You know, it just doesn't work.
You know, I hate to hear you say that because I'm only 30 and I say that all the time.
I'm telling you, man.
It just gets worse. You really.
I'll tell you what's bad when you fall. You don't get up. You just lay there and go like, and you go, "Whoa, that one hurt."
Grandpa, I get thrown on the ground at least 10 times a day.
I've only had a few of those in my experience so far. No, dude, one time I was at Ryan's. Remember the original Ryan's World back in the day?
Mm.
Dude, I was rollerblading. I was inlining because I was
Very
fucking
nice.
cool. But I was good at it. I mean, I wasn't like one of those assholes, getting in the way. I was the asshole. I was the motherfucker doing missy flips on the 5-box.
Mm.
Anyways, one of the first times I ever actually so I had a buddy of mine. You know what I'm talking about though, like the actual
Yeah,
Ryan's
yeah,
World.
Ryan's
So, like
World,
you
the
walk
old
in
school.
like the big old 5-box,
Mhm.
and I had a buddy of mine. I'm in 8th grade, so he's probably only like 5 foot fucking tall. But he had a traffic cone. He was holding it like this on the 5-box, and I cleared him. And I went way too fast, and I went over him. I cleared the entire landing strip on that, and I landed. So I basically was doing a 360 just Japan Air, and I was tweaking it to look all cool. And as I missed the landing area, I just went flat to my side, just. And
That was probably
bounced.
that was.
Have you ever bounced on concrete before?
I've bounced on mats a couple times.
Well, you do motocross and shit. But have you ever actually bounced?
I had an 8-star
Well, if you think about it, that was a 6'5" box. He was probably 5 feet tall. That traffic cone's what, 3 feet?
Yeah.
So at that point,
9. Easy.
So with his arm length, that's a good 10 foot above that. So at that point, that's 10 foot. And
the drop off the other side of the
drop is
box.
probably a good 8 foot down. So at that point, I went 10 feet high and 9 feet.
20 feet. Yeah, 20
So
feet
think
down.
about the speed here to that point. So
Yeah.
at that point, that's a 12 foot drop and going at the angle. So realistically, it's about a 20 foot, AC squared, all that bullshit. And just,
And you landed on concrete.
oh, hell yeah.
Well, he hit the concrete. Like, he was trying to show the concrete what's up.
I did. He was talking shit.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
sure won that one, huh?
That was the only time I ever actually knocked myself out skateboarding.
Wow.
One time, Shane almost knocked Tyler out with a rock.
Did
Tyler was driving away on a tractor.
twice. That was actually probably one of the best throws I've ever had in my life.
I'm telling you, at least 60 yards.
So, remember I told you about the first 6 weeks in the farm, all we did was pick up rocks?
Yeah.
So Joe was out with me doing that. And so our buddy Tyler, we used to just throw rocks at each other. After a while, you just throw rocks
Well,
at each other.
dirt clods. We'd throw dirt clods.
But they were pretty much rocks. I mean, they were...
they were mud. Yeah.
It was 0% humidity.
In
dirt
Shane's
clods,
defense,
it's
I think
rocks.
Shane thought this was a dirt clod.
No, this is the first time. Because remember, I was on the tractor that day.
Oh, that's right.
Tyler threw a giant one at me, and he actually hit me with it, and it hurt really bad. And then he was on the tractor. That was probably 50, 60
yards.
feet.
It was, no, yards.
Seriously?
It was
Oh,
like,
dude, that was a long hit.
it was a long,
And dude, I threw that thing, and man, it was probably maybe the size of
a fist, tops.
no, it wasn't that big. It was
pretty big
It
rock.
wasn't that big. No, it was maybe half a
A
cue
golf ball.
Golf
Between a golf ball and a fist.
Between a golf ball and a ping pong ball. Ping pong ball sounds pretty good.
It was a big ass fucking rock. And Shane threw this fucking rock.
It hit him square in the back of the head.
I've never seen anything so perfect in my life.
I should have bought a lottery ticket.
It had a fucking curve on it like you wouldn't believe.
Square in the back of the
Like
head.
a bowling ball going down a fucking alley. Like,
Square in the back of the
it
head.
was so beautiful. I
And
know it hurt so
and
bad.
he couldn't get mad at me because he hit me with one earlier that day. But the best part about it was
He didn't talk to you for 8 hours.
well, that was his fault. No, that was the second one. That was the first one. The first one he was cool with because we were even because he hit me with one earlier that day. And then it was a week later. We were like, all right, no more rock throwing. And that was so the field was
you
10
gotta tell
acres.
grown men not to throw rocks at each
So
other.
the field was 10 acres, and as you went down to the east side of the east side of the field, it got a little thinner. But if you look at the first actual plots of land, they were about 400, 500 feet,
Yeah.
and then they got progressively skinnier. So we were about midfield, so meaning it was probably maybe 250, 260 feet. And I was at one side of the field, and he was at the other, and I don't know why, but I just tossed one up. And this one was probably a good golf ball.
Yeet.
And sure enough, catches the same kid right in the back of the head.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But this is the one, and he turned around and looked at me like blood red, and I'm like, dude, if you beat my ass, I'm not even
I'm not even mad about it anymore.
I never even thought in a million years that would actually hit you.
Lottery ticket too. You should have bought
Oh my god, it was just, I hit him twice. That one actually cracked him open. He bled from that
it.
one.
Yeah, I missed the fucking farm, dude. it was hell, but it was
Oh, dude,
beautiful.
I mean, it's only because I miss you guys. I miss you.
yeah, and the fam.
It's we were pretty much familiar on that. Whatever. But, whatever. All right. Hey. Pat.
What? Yes.
I'm gonna let you go. I loves you.
Okay, I love you too.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Hey, thanks
My
for
pleasure,
being on.
sir.
I hope to see you soon.
Hey.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, hang on,
What?
real quick. Hey.
What?
What were those shirts that you had?
Those T-shirts. Those are the ones I gave you. Different color ones. There's 12 of them.
The stretchy ones?
No, these weren't. These are just like regular cotton ones.
Oh, no, I don't want those.
I want them. Send them.
Do you already have them?
Full send.
Yeah, I got them.
Oh, I mean, can you return them?
Yeah.
Send them. I'll wear them. I'll wear them when I fight. I'll send you pictures.
Joe wants them.
He wants them.
Joe wants them. I don't want them.
Okay, Joe.
I
They're
have so many clothes.
Thanks, Grandpa.
extra large.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if you're wearing them, but those boxers you sent me, those cool 360, whatever the hell those things were.
Yep.
Those are the best things I've ever put on my nuts since women.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, they're
Of age women.
Underwomen. You mean underwear?
Yeah, those like whatever those like cool 360 briefs that you got me,
Oh yeah, right.
dude. Those things
Yeah.
are like I didn't realize how shitty my underwear were until I put those on.
They're good, ain't they?
Dude, they're like clouds on my nuts. They're nuts.
I'll take care of you.
I, mean, I got like 3 boxes of them now. Like I'm good, but like you've changed my world. Premium underwear. Underwear is never a thing I will slack on ever again, and that's because of you. That's one thing I learned. That's one thing you can put down in the notch that never. I wouldn't tell my children premium underwear. Number 1. One thing my grandfather taught me was never slack on underwear.
That's right, man. That's exactly right. Okay.
All right, Grandpa.
Okay.
I hope to see you soon.
I love you, Pap.
Okay, I love you too, Shane, man.
Thanks for talking with us.
Okay, I'll see you later.
All right.
Okay, bye.
It's funny that there's underwear on the dog.
Can we take an intermission?
Yeah, I gotta be like, all right, hold the thought.
What thought?
And we're back. Brief intermission. Your grandpa's cool as fuck.
Oh, I told you about the time I invented snowboarding.
So going way back, Shane and I know each other for a while. We were on a farm for a fucking minute.
Oh my god.
All the crazy shit.
All of the rocks.
All the rocks. We picked up rocks for
What
3
you know
months.
about rocks, dude?
We rock.
I still have the record for the biggest rock over my head, though.
No.
Yes, I do.
Mm-mm.
100%.
Mm-mm.
Yes, I do.
We wonder why our body hurts.
Remember that? So we used to pick out rocks and put them down in other places.
And pile them.
Yep.
How
And
many rocks do you think we picked up?
Fucking.
Average guess. A rock every minute?
There's no more than that. There's no way to tell, man.
We'll set the stage. We were in the middle of a field in the most prettiest place in the world,
Well,
but it was
no,
hell.
we realistically could do the math on that if you actually wanted to. So let's talk about what we filled. We filled that whole little quarry and the hill. And we built a big ass retaining wall with them around that entire area. So let's say that entire area was probably what, 50 yards
Yeah.
by what, 40 yards.
By another like 10 feet tall.
So the angle itself right there, so we add an actual angle on. I'm not gonna do it.
Math.
In my head right now, yeah.
Millions of rocks.
I'll figure this out later. Stay tuned on the link in the YouTube video
For
and
the math on the
I will
rocks.
do the actual math.
We were growing weed. We were growing hemp out in Oregon for a while.
But it was an easily fucking.
You remember, dude, things I miss about Oregon. It was fucking so beautiful out there.
I miss it a lot, man. I miss summers out there were really cool.
Do you remember cliff diving?
Hell yeah.
That was the shit.
Hell yeah. Remember I left my phone and I was climbing the cliff and then you took my phone and narrated things?
I got these GoPro videos. If you remind me, I'll show them to you.
Yeah, I got a bunch of videos too on my phone that you recorded of me climbing. Remember old Joe? Remember you? In the
Oh,
future?
God. Jesus Christ.
So there was this dude, I forgot his actual real name.
It was Joe.
No, it wasn't Joe.
It was definitely Joe.
Definitely wasn't Joe.
It was fucking Joe.
What's his name? No, his name actually wasn't Joe.
Can we talk about all the homeless people there that lived on the farm?
Yo.
How many people do you think lived in that house at one time?
Fuck
14?
hippies.
They're not hippies. They're gutter punks.
They're like, it's like a mixed breed. They're trimmigrants. And it's a mixed breed. Some of them are super cool. And I'm
Yo,
not trying to be an
some of the
asshole
best
right now.
music I've learned is from out on that farm, though.
Some of them are super cool. But a lot of them just sucked.
They did suck.
A lot of them just
They're
sucked.
just nasty kids.
But they're not even like fucking.
You know, Cookie had a kid. That was Joe. His name was Joe.
No, old Joe. No, it was fucking.
Cookie
it was
Monster's
Eric's.
name
No, it
was
was Eric's friend. Remember that dude from New Orleans?
Start with a P.
I don't remember.
Patterson.
We took a bunch of mushrooms though, and you can move things, and it fucked me up.
He was a trip. Remember the Key song?
I'm still not fully convinced that dude was human. Like,
Can you remember everyone on the farm? Duke, me, you, Cookie,
hang on.
Kenny.
So OG crew,
Megan.
OG crew, me, you, Zach, John, Emily, Dubs, Eric, Tyler, Deshaun.
Yeah, that was the start.
Let's start, and then we brought in Dalton.
Oh, God, I forgot about Don.
Dalton,
Have you heard from
Bobby.
him?
Weird dude. I forgot his fucking name.
The legend. Bobby was a
No,
legend.
not Bobby. The other dude, and then his girlfriend. I forgot both their names.
The girl with the dreads.
Yeah, and then other dude.
They were weird.
They're always fucking weird. I think that dude was like a sex offender or something. Because every time we try to ask him like his No.
Past, you'd never tell it to you?
Yeah, it was weird. I forgot both their names though. And then Kenneth and Megan.
They're getting married.
Yeah, that's cool. Good for them.
Are you going out there?
Hell no.
No.
I don't know. I don't think that they're like cool with me.
Why not? Oh, because of all that.
I mean, like it was never really me, but I mean, I just have nothing but love for any of these people. Like,
Yeah, dude, that.
Like Bobby hit me up actually like for a good amount like after the fact. He's like,
He
"Bro,
always-
what the fuck are you talking to your boys?" I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, I'm in the same boat as y'all. Like, that's
He
something."
sends me the most fucked up shit.
But I really don't want to talk like any. We can reminisce and tell stories and shit
Yeah.
like that. But I'm not trying to get into like anything deeper than anything
Yeah,
about
no, I got you.
any of that adventure on this at all.
Bobby sends me the most fucked up
And then we
shit.
had, as far as the tournaments go, it was fucking, we had Cookie, Jupiter. There was that one kid that was Cookie's friend
Diz.
that always fucking, fuck this. There was that one kid that fucking was Jupiter's, Cookie's friend that always like started shit, and he finally left. And remember that time they got into a fight in the living room?
Oh, God, at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, remember that dude? He finally got his like first check, and he like rode to the hotel room, like bought a TV and an Xbox One.
And then
like,
stayed there.
No, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, you're homeless. Like, what the fuck? His first check, he bought an Xbox and a TV.
What
and
did
rode to the
he do with
hotel.
TV?
He didn't even get any games. Like, what the fuck? Oh, ridiculous.
So
Fucking
one time-
Jupe. And then there was that French chick. And then Diz. And then there was that French dude that was with that French chick, and that kid was all fucked up.
Aaron was the dude she was originally dating. We ended up dating for a while.
No, remember the kid that was just constantly tripping acid?
Oh, the weird motherfucker.
The weird motherfucker.
That we had to get out. That
Yeah.
was like fucking. Oh, he was fucking. He got out of a mental institution. That's what happened to him.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. He was all kinds of fucked up. And like,
Wait. I got a good story.
Go
So
on.
one time, I had worked like a third of a day, and everyone had these shirts on, right? And everyone was laughing. Do you remember this? And I'm like, what the fuck? And I started looking around, and everyone had a shirt that says Joe's Gay on
I
it.
completely
Do you
forgot
remember
about
that?
these. I don't until now. I totally forgot about those. Yeah, but they're all colorful. Like, they took time on them. Yeah.
I had no clue. And was like no one like I had no clue. I was so fucking oblivious.
Because that was like you started the third shift originally, and then I took over.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like one of the first or second third shifts. Like,
Uh-huh.
we all wore Joe's Gay shirts.
Um,
It was funny because those shirts like stayed like I just had it for a
Forever.
while, yeah.
remember winter? You remember how fucking bad? Like not winter, but the beginning of winter.
Well, yeah, because it was cold as shit, and everyone's like, "No, it's not that bad. No, it's not that bad." I was like, "What the fuck's up with the heat?" Like, "Oh, it's like fucking. We have a fireplace and like gas burning. Like, will we have firewood?" And they're like, "Well, not really. What the fuck?" Like, what do we... Then it started getting cold. It's supposed to start snowing.
Shane
Like-
used to work night shift.
Bruh. So I said, "Fuck this!" I cut down like 2 or 3 trees, and literally started.
Pull him with the truck.
Dude, I got my fucking lumberjack on. You guys woke up one day. It was like 7 o'clock in the fucking morning. I was literally just chopping wood. And you're like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Fuck this! It's cold. No more."
No more. Wait.
Like, I thought you were supposed to do in security. I was like, "Fuck this! It's cold. No more."
Remember when Dubs was in the trailer and the dog? What was the fucking other Jack Russell?
No, it was
Not Gringo.
No, it was Gringo.
No, it was the other dog. The fucking crackbone.
Methbone.
Methbone. What the fuck was that name? So it was like 4:30 in the morning, and all I hear is, "I fucking hate my life!" And I guess the dog, he started peeing on Dubs in the bed. You remember that shit?
I do. No, he got pissed on right in his face. Right in
What
his
the
face.
fuck is that name of the dog?
I don't remember. It
There
wasn't
was like
Gringo.
20 dogs out there. Emily's fucking dog.
You sure it wasn't Gringo?
No, Gringo was the smart one. Bless you. Okay. I will say this: we did Thanksgiving, and fucking
Your boy killed it.
Shane cooked probably the best turkey I've ever had in my fucking life. You remember that?
I didn't make one. I cooked 2 turkeys. Fuck, I'm drunk. I cooked 2 turkeys that day.
Did you really?
Yep, I cooked 2 of everything.
God, there's a lot of people living in the house.
Yeah, so we had. That's what I was getting at. We didn't finish the head count.
I know we're missing people.
So yeah, so no, well, they're all the sugar greens too. That so after all that, there was gonna be a Jupiter cookie. The guy that Cookie fought.
Who was the guy with the red beard that like blew his brains out? Do you remember that? Justin. The guy with the red beard.
I think that was the guy that Cookie fought.
No. That was the one that Jupiter tried to fight. Justin had the big red beard, and he was like getting arrested. And he shot himself in the head, and he had his jaw all wired up.
What?
You
Oh
got
yeah. The skinny motherfucker.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that kid. That kid was actually kind of cool. Crazy as fuck, but he was
nuts
But he was chill.
until he got nuts.
I'm saying, but he never had any like.
He tried. I would never fight Jupe. Jupe's like 6.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But he never had any like ill-minded. Like he was always like. he seemed at least down to earth and like kicking it. You know what I mean? I never worried about him.
Yeah.
As fucked up as it was, I never worried about that kid. I worried about the other people. That kid that always took the acid fucked with me though a lot. Like
He was nuts. We had to kick him
we,
out of the
we
house.
came in my room one day and like started fucking around, and I was like, "Yo, get the fuck out of the room." He looked at me and was like, "You're Frank." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Your name's Frank." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "You're out of my list of Franks." I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" He goes, "Everyone named Frank I'm gonna kill." I was like, "Okay, get the fuck out of my room, bro." And that was the next day. I was like, "Yo, that motherfucker's gotta leave." But I slept with a fucking gun on my hip for about 2 months at that fucking place.
The trailer. Do you remember the night I went John Cena?
You know, I had a fucking 45 out there the entire time that you knew about.
Not a clue.
Yep.
God, I miss that place.
I had a handgun on me.
Oregon's so fucking
The
beautiful.
majority of that
Do
time.
you remember the Slayer concert?
Anyways, hang on. Yes, I do, but hang on. Who the fuck else was out there? There's those French chick, and then Diz. And then remember Diz's ex fucking boyfriend, Aaron?
Aaron.
Yeah, that dumbass motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
He was like the ex-gang, but they were like, "No, man, dude, I haven't been on these motherfuckers." It was just hella sketchy. Everything just got hella sketchy.
That one bar we used to always go to.
Well, it was kind of cool for a little bit because it was like a little farm fam, and then like all these motherfuckers rolled through, and next thing you know, there's like 20 people just crashing on the floor. Everyone just like smoking DMT and tripping acid and eating mushrooms and
All
smoking
the
it.
time.
But it was just like, dude, after a while, like it's just like, yo, who the fuck is here? Like, who's getting paid? Like, it got hella sketchy. And I got like, you know, some valuable shit and like guns
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
and I'm like,
You remember your fucking
you gotta like
glow
walk,
picture?
You gotta like walk through my room to fucking like get to the bathroom, and I'm like, dude, I slept with a gun on my hip for like a while. Like, fuck this.
Do you remember you used my Amazon to buy that fucking poster? And
Yeah.
it took months. It was supposed to be there in like a week. There was like a hurricane or something.
So angry. It's just to live on because it was the big one. Because I had that in Wilmington house for forever. I want to get a canvas of that. So
I wonder what's there now.
what?
Oh, what's at the farm now?
I bet you that house is fucking condemned at this point.
Oh, definitely.
It was like, dude, it was literally crooked.
I like the
Like the
porn
foundation
star
was
house.
literally crooked.
What was you remember the guy, the big guy? Oh fuck. He had the giant rope swing in his fucking.
I don't know. No, he actually came out to North Carolina with us the next year, and we had a huge fight. Jeremy.
He was some.
No, so he's so I'm not gonna get into any details of that, but he came out in North Carolina and like for I don't fucking know why, but we got in a big argument.
With the Asian people. I love that house. That house is dope.
Asian people were in that following year, but I'm not gonna get into it. But he came out, forgot his boots, and bought new boots. And he was crashing our house, and we all got into a fight, and he like flew home that day. And then my boots gave out on me, and I was like, oh shit, Jeremy's boots came, so I got free boots, and that was fucking cool.
Do you remember walking through like the fucking mud? Do you remember fucking the field, dude? So we had hemp plants taller than Shane and I.
Remember the dust?
Oh god.
Remember how fucking tan we were?
Do you remember the fire?
You dumbasses.
That was I wasn't
Oh.
even there. That was Dalton. You
It
threw
was that was Dalton and fucking Tyler.
It was Dalton Tyler.
It's the middle of fucking July.
Dry
half-
as shit.
Half of Oregon is on fucking fire. Just to put this in perspective, I think we're close to like 185,000 acres burned down in just Oregon alone that year. It was the same year as the giant wildfires in
California.
with Bel Air, when Bel Air burned down, like literally the hills of fucking California down the fucking was it the 505? It's 305 or the 505. I always fucking forget going through LA. 505, right?
Oh fuck. If you wouldn't ask me, I could have told you. 505 for the sake of argument, yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, literally on fire. Like I was going from Oregon to LA, and I hit traffic because the hills of Bel Air were literally on fucking fire. It looked like Armageddon, and it was nuts. And we had to redirect. And these dumbasses built a giant fucking bonfire.
No, that wasn't it. They fucking they're trying to kill the.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about a different one. There's two of these. This
Oh,
happened
the
twice.
second time.
The first time, no, this is Old Joe too. Old Joe was fucking there as well. And they built this fucking bonfire in front of the trailers. And I got there and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And we finally get down there and dude, there was a giant fucking fire. I'm like, what the fuck? Put this out. It's like, no, what do you mean we're hanging out? I was like, dude, what the fuck? put this out, like, da-da-da, like,
Yeah.
it's a giant, at this one, you can only mow your lawn at certain parts of the day. If you think, remember
Yep.
the fucking dude
Yeah.
came out and yelled at us for running the tractor? They built a fucking bonfire.
He goes, what the fuck are you guys fucking stupid? And we kind of looked at each other like, eh.
Like, yeah, what up,
maybe,
dude?
actually.
I literally had to run up and like run a pump. If anyone would have ran by that motherfucker, we would have gotten fined like thousands and thousands of dollars. Not to mention one goddamn spark at that point could have ignited that entire fucking field. It was that fucking dry. It was that fucking dry.
God, that field was huge. What was it, 17 acres?
10.
10?
It was only 10.
Only.
It was only 10. Well, it's only 10 now, dude. I mean, when we went to NC, I personally tended to 150.
Oh, really?
And then,
Would you grow hemp again?
Yeah.
Yeah. But not like that.
I would.
Not that big? 10 acres?
I'd do a hell of a lot more than that.
What would you do after?
If I had the actual people behind it properly,
Mhm.
and proper organization, proper fucking mechanics to it, actual money behind it, and everything on paper, fuck yeah, I would manage that project. And I'd
Yeah.
manage the fuck out of that project.
What would you do? Would you just be on the ass end of it, you think?
No, I'd be 100%
All the way
project
through,
manager.
all the way to the product, I guess.
Well, it depends on how we would go. If I could find a processor, originally our goal was to be the processor. That's what we wanted to do. We had fuck it.
I think there's just so much. There's so
we
much
had
like, love in that.
originally we thought we had some funding and we had some goals to, but our original goal was be a processor of that size.
Well, no, not back then, but like going forward from that, like now, like if you were to start a farm now, what would you want?
I wouldn't start a farm now.
No.
No, I'd want to be more of a consultant. And as shitty as that word sounds, but I'd want to be the guy that is going to make sure that these farmers aren't going to be jumping into something that it's not the fucking gold rush. It's not. There's a hell of a lot. One, it's one of the most labor intensive fucking crops you can actually grow.
Oh God, you remember how long we were in those fields?
Every day. The FDA and the USDA, actually the FDA just did, but the USDA is about to crack the fuck down on a lot of shit too. There's about a hell of a lot more regulations on CBD. CBG's coming out. It's just a couple of different fucking specters on it, but realistically, it's going to be it's going to cost you 10, 15 grand an acre to do.
How long do you think it is before
Unless-
it's like all legal?
Wow.
Yeah,
North
10 years.
Carolina is like a hell of a step back and everything as well, because they're banning the sale of CBD flower here.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so crazy because it's like you can buy cigarettes and beer and alcohol.
It's
You know?
21 here now too, though. It's federal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they just raised the federal level for tobacco to 21.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I'm 30. I'm an old man.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, a lot of people are like, "Well, fuck you, military ID, I'll give you at 18." You know what I mean?
Really?
Well, a lot of businesses are like, "If you have a military ID at 18, I'll sell it to you." But
That can't be right.
Well, let's say Trump raised the federal level for tobacco sales to 21.
It was already like that in a couple states, right? There.
I don't think so.
It was like definitely in Colorado you had to be 21. Hawaii you have to be 21.
I'm talking about like cigarettes.
Yeah, no, cigarettes.
Well, that's sort of more like a county thing.
I didn't know that was here in North Carolina.
It's federal. It's a federal now.
No shit.
It's federal law. Trump signed that in.
Damn.
Yeah.
No shit. I wonder whether it did the tobacco sales.
Well, a lot of it was because they was going against like towards vaping and shit. They were trying to like get rid of that towards kids.
Vaping's such a weird thing to me.
And I'd do it.
Yeah, but no, I mean like it's weird that people vape like, in restaurants and bars to me. Do you remember when we were kids and you go to a restaurant and people like smoking it on?
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, and now like
Regardless, everything tastes like cigarettes. Well, the fucking thing is like now I go to places in like Alabama or like South Carolina or fucking we grew up in where were we? We were in Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
You can still smoke in bars and fucking.
I think
sucks.
there's one here,
Well,
Havana.
I barely. Yeah, but that's a cigarette. It's a cigar bar.
Mhm.
But I mean, I barely even I only smoke cigarettes now when I'm like really drunk or
Or
whatever.
drinking, yeah, I'm the same
But
way.
out there, like now it's like, oh shit, I can smoke in here, like oh shit, like that. But it fucking sucks, dude. Your clothes smell like shit. Like everyone smells like shit. Fucking air smells like shit. Everything just smells like shit.
You know, I fucking love
Cigarettes are fucking terrible.
whiskey and cigars.
And I understand the whole against Juul thing and against vape thing, but like the flavors are there for a reason. But again, they are marketing to kids. But you know what? The kids are gonna have their fucking thing. We're always gonna have anything you told them not to do. They're gonna fucking do.
Yeah, well, you think if we just open it up to everyone, it'd be less of a problem?
I mean, no, they're still gonna fucking do it.
No, I'm just saying, like, no age on anything.
Absolutely not. There has to be restrictions.
But why?
Because fucking people are still dumbasses.
Yeah.
Gotta help. You at least
You
help
think the
the
day
masses.
before you turn 21, you're smarter than you are?
I think alcohol should be 18. I think everything should just be 18.
I don't know. I think it's just nuts all the way around.
I mean, the way I look at it is if I can legally go die for my country at 18 years old,
Yeah, true.
at that point I
true.
can make my own fucking decisions. At that point I'm liable for my own shit.
I just think there's a time and place for everything. Like, drink, like,
And
beer.
also at that point, I partied a lot in fucking high school. So when I went to college, I didn't go hella crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was still contained. Like I was, we were, 16, 17, partying at the brewery, going to fucking state parties
Yeah.
and shit. We were straight. By the time I went to my dorms, everyone around me was, raging out, getting alcohol,
Yeah.
getting sick in the fucking hallways and doing shit. And I was the one, kicking it, drinking beers, hanging out.
Is there a liquor you'll never drink again?
There's a few of them.
Jaeger?
I love Jaeger.
Jaeger?
I'll
Oh,
check
really?
the fuck out of some Jaeger, dude.
I can't do Jaeger.
But-
Rumplemans?
But I'll drink the fuck out of that too. But I only drink Jaeger and Rumplemans when I'm snowboarding. That's a rule.
Yeah, okay.
Only. Jaeger and peppermint schnapps. That's all I fucking drink while I'm snowboarding.
Whiskey guy?
I love whiskey. Bourbon whiskey with me all day. Hell, I recently my go-to for shots from 21-ish to 25-ish, 26-ish was always fucking Jameson, but I've recently made the switch to tequila.
Well, it's 1:30. What do you say we hit the next bar and grab a shot?
Alright.
Yeah? You want to end it? Alright. Shane, buddy.
Shit. I mean, I'm gonna keep fucking talking.
Well, I mean, but the bar closes at 2 and it's 1:30.
Up to you, we got plenty of beer.
Okay. Fair enough. I was trying to catch a shot of whiskey, but...
I'm fucking shy of whiskey. We got plenty of beer. I don't need to go do all that. Sounds like work. We've already been drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. Oh, okay. I'm down. Are you freezing over there? I feel like a fact checker's freezing.
Not this. I'm actually alright.
Okay.
You sure? It's warm.
Doesn't look warm.
Pretty fucking warm actually.
You're hot.
I do.
I don't think there should be any restriction on anything. I think you'd be free to do what you want.
So to a certain extent, I can see pros and cons to that. One, no restrictions means there's still going to be some sort of a market that's black on that. There's going to be no control to anything on that, meaning there's going to be no regulation on it, meaning you're not going to be knowing what the fuck you get. Meaning there's going to be unsafe products out there. That's exactly what started this whole fucking vape thing, because it started with shitty knockoff fucking THC cartridges, and that turned the whole mass hysteria thing in the media towards Juuls and the actual other vapes. Because what was going on was people were getting, black market fucking, THC vapes, which were bullshit counterfeits from China. And there were, whether it was vitamin E acetate or, fucking, diacetyl that were cutting everything and just other shit like that. Not to mention just the actual quality of the cartridges themselves were so fucking bad that as they got hit with that heat and as they were actually, processing the fucking, actually vaporizing the fucking oil that they were smoking, it was actually breaking down the cartridge themselves. And I don't want to use the word term rust, but they were actually deteriorating. And you were getting that deterioration of the shitty cartridges, that whatever the fucking alloy that they were using to make these cartridges out was getting into the fucking things, and that's what was really getting people sick. So it was not just the vitamin E acetate, which is really bad, that was poisoning people, but it was the shitty actual carts that they were getting out of China and shit like that were breaking down and putting those fucking products into what you were vaping, and that's what's fucking, hurting these fucking kids.
Fair enough.
And the fucked up thing with that too is not even just using Mario Kart's got hit with them and people just making all these fucking fake shits. Mario Kart's.
I've just never gotten into vaping. I've never even understood it.
But I always fucking loved carts. Carts were the shit back then. When we first went out to Oregon.
I get like dab pins, but I've
That's
never
what I'm talking
understood
about.
it.
That's what I'm talking about right now.
Oh, you're not talking about THC.
No, that's 100%.
Or,
I'm talking
tobacco.
about cartridges, like dab pins, THC cartridges. That's what I'm talking about, like the whole black market thing on that. That's what started this whole vape thing. Because it was the black market THC cartridges, the dab cartridges that kids were getting sick on.
I thought it all started with the oils that you put in your giant fucking.
No. This whole down for vape thing started from kids getting sick from black market counterfeit THC cartridges. And it was, again, synthetic THC coming from China, so shitty shit cut with, diacetyl, vitamin E acetate, a couple of other things, again, and to reiterate, just actual shitty built cartridges. And as they got the heat and as they were breaking down the actual oil, the actual cartridges themselves would start deteriorating, and those chemicals would get in the oil that they were smoking and fucking poisoning people. And as kids were starting to get sick from this, they turned that whole thing into just vaping. It was just a war against fucking vaping altogether.
Instead of singling out what's really wrong.
Exactly.
It just...
The Juul thing was happening for a minute because they were just marketing flavors to kids. And was the same thing with cigarettes way back in the day. Hey, look cool like this. This was, you know, we're
Wait, so are Juuls 21 and up now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
No shit.
Juul's actually about to be fucking they're trying to ban a lot of different flavors, like actually like flavoring shit like that too, because they're marketed towards like kids and shit. But anyways, so it's fucked up because like, you know, actual people that were making actual cartridges, which is I fucking love smoking, you know, legally in Oregon and in California. You know, you go to the dispensary. Hey, I grew this. Hey, I distilled this. Hey, I extracted this. Hey, I made this. Hey, this is fucking, here's what's in it. Here's everything. It's fully, you know, from fucking plant to this. Here you go. This is gonna cost you, you know, $100. Perfect. Awesome. That's what I want. To, hey, I can get these for, you know, $6 a fucking piece from China.
Yeah.
And then moving it back here, everyone's was getting fucking $6. And all these different regulations started coming in. People started cracking down and blah, blah, blah. And then fucked all that up. But that's kind of how all that shit began. With people getting $6. I mean, that shit, I have I'm not going to do any names or anything, but a family friend of ours, you know, his son, good kid. You know, he's younger, he's 15, 16 these days. And he's a little awkward, you know, kind of gamer kid and doesn't really fuck with things. And was at some friends' houses, and you know, I guess he smoked a little bit and literally hit a cart. Was walking home and got all loopy and fucking like collapsed, passed out, woke up in the fucking ER, and shitty because it fucked him up. Like he went like respiratory failure. Like it was fucked up, and it went down as a fucking, you know, cannabis overdose.
Wow.
That's how they marked it. Now it's, you know, it's whatever. But and a lot of what these people don't understand, you know, especially talking about you know, making everything legal. That means there's no regulation. You have to have regulations because, especially when you're talking about, you know, processing and extractions and distillates and anytime.
Well, I didn't say don't regulate. I'm just saying make it like put an age thing on, like put a number on something. You
said do fucking everything.
All right, maybe I should. All right. I don't think you should put age.
Wait, before you do that, let me finish my point.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you understand this, but when you extract shit, you extract everything. So let's say I grow weed, and I want to extract all my weed into oil. But I put pesticides on my weed. So I got this fucking weed. It's awesome. It's 25% THC. It's dope. But I sprayed bullshit on my shit to get up, you know, make sure there's no bugs. But it's primo weed, but I sprayed pesticides on it. Then I want to turn all that into oil and make these fucking pens out of it. So I extract all that fucking THC. And in doing so, you know, I'm extracting everything and I'm concentrating everything. So let's say, even though, for example, Roundup right now.
Yeah.
They're getting sued off their asses. If you know this.
Not clear.
Yeah, so Roundup, they just got hit. It was like a $300 million fucking, was it billions? Maybe 30 billion, 300 million. I don't know. It was fucking a giant goddamn number. Because it's causing fucking cancer. They're finally realizing it. It was legal to put on crops. And the farmers that were using it got hit with fucking cancer. And it was
really? I didn't know it was legal to put on crops.
Yeah, well, certain Roundup, yeah. Well, I mean, to an extent, yeah, Roundup was fine. I mean, it wasn't, you know, certified organic.
Yeah, when I think of Roundup, I think about like, spraying driveways.
Yeah. Well, it's fucking weeds. It's a weed killer for crops. Yeah, people used to fucking kill their fields. That's how they burn their fields out before they planted their crops with Roundup.
And they till it right back in, huh?
Yeah, well, they would burn their fields out for all the bullshit so nothing would grow, and then they'd plant their crops, so there'd be no weeds. They'd burn it out with fucking Roundup. But it wasn't just the crops. So we were growing all that shit inside of it. Once we've been eating that too. The farmers that were actually using it were getting cancer. It was this huge fucking thing. I'm not getting into that. But so as far as like actually making concentrates and shit like that. So let's say, you know, I grow this fucking primo weed, but I, you know, spray that shit on it. It might be 100% legal. It's totally fucking cool. The way that I used it is within the, you know, the limits. It's within the limits. I'm totally fine. But as I take that weed and I go to concentrate it and I turn it into this fucking, you know, oil, I'm taking that 25% THC weed and I'm concentrating it into fucking, you know, 80% oil. And as I do that, all the pesticides and all that shit that I sprayed with it as well are also getting concentrated. So even though at that point I might have sprayed it with the lethal limit, that's fine. Now it's all concentrated. That might be a lethal limit. That might get you sick.
Yeah, it's completely different.
That's the whole thing. That's why, you know, go to Oregon, go to California. It's all fucking organic. Like with Oregon, dude, you have to for recreation. You have to pass an organic test.
Yeah.
It was something like what fucking I think it was like 75% of the weed grown out there didn't even pass their fucking test to actually be sold legally. But that still gets in the black market. It still gets fucking made. It still happens.
Right, I'm gonna drink this and then we gotta call it. This is a thick beer though, so it's gonna take me a minute.
Whatever. I'm gonna keep fucking.
I know it's already. It's like 1:30.
You're the one that brought me here.
I know, my fault.
What you want to talk about?
Ah.
We're talking about AI. We're talking about religion. We're talking about fucking. Talking about fighting. We're talking about fucking. All kinds of shit.
I do want to touch with you on music though.
All right, what's good? I miss it a lot.
I know.
I actually just put my amp up for sale.
Really?
I did.
Oh.
I'm still using it enough. I'm justified having it. I have an apartment now, dude. I don't need that fucking thing.
Favorite bands.
If anybody wants to buy a Mesa Boogie, I have one for sale. It's cheap. Hit me up.
I know you love metal.
Oh, I fucking love metal. I miss playing metal.
Lamb of God.
Lamb of God, so...
Go on, bro. That's so like... That
As the
that
Palace,
was definitely
As
awesome,
the
bro.
Palaces Burn was the very first metal album that I ever purchased. And I purchased it in 8th grade. And it's funny because I was actually at Best Buy, just bullshitting, because back then you just bullshitted at Best Buy. Back in the day when you could actually go to a store and they'd have like all the consoles set up and you could just sit there and play demos for like a fucking hour and like go amuse yourself. Remember that? Remember,
Yes,
remember-
yes,
yeah.
the video game
Yeah.
consoles, yeah.
You had demos. You go to GameStop and just play demos for like 30 minutes. You know what I mean? It was dope.
Would you hear the song on a fucking backtrack or something?
Fucking the song Ruin played on the Best Buy speakers.
No.
It was like Best Buy Radio or some shit like that. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, who the fuck is this? Because that was back, dude. That was when I was just started getting like super metal. I went from like little punk rock kid, No Effects, strung out, fucking, No Use for a Name,
Dude, I
Face to Face, all
fucking
that
love
shit.
punk rock.
Fucking Good Riddance, Anti-Flag. That's all I fucking listened to back then. And then I started getting more into metal, System of a Down, Slipknot, fucking, more like kind of new metal kind of shit. And then they came on. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, yeah, that's Lamb of God. The new album is The Palaces Burn. I'm like, good shit. Like, all right. And I went to the CD and I found their album. Dude, I listened to nothing but that for like.
Dude, you were such a Metallica
months,
fan
man.
when I met
Well,
you.
Metallica's the reason I started playing guitar.
Didn't your dad play something like that?
Mm-hmm.
What'd your dad play?
Guitar.
Well, no, what kind of music?
Everything. He grew up same thing, punk rock, metal. But him and I played a lot of shit together. I took lessons when I was younger in Pittsburgh, and we talked about it earlier when he wasn't around, and then we got back together. It's actually funny. One night I was really drunk. We were at the beach. I was probably like fucking maybe 20, 19. We were at the beach for Thanksgiving. I got shit-faced. And sitting at the beach by myself. Stars were out. It was fucking dope. And he came out and sat me. He was like, isn't it the best? And I kind of looked down. I was like, you know what? He was like, what? You never taught me how to shave. And he looked at me and he went, yeah, but I taught you how to play power chords, motherfucker. I was like, yeah, you're right. That was funny.
You have favorite guitarist?
Favorite guitarist?
All right, top 3. How about that?
Top 3? Fuck. I gotta go fucking Kirk Hammett, just because he's the dude. That's the reason I started playing.
Yeah, from Metallica, right?
Yeah, Kirk Hammett, Randy Rhoads.
Ozzy, okay, or Black Sabbath.
Fucking Randy Rhoads, just because fucking...
Fire, dude.
I actually had an RS7 for a little bit.
Really? Were you a Steve Vai kind of guy?
And honestly, at that point, fucking tossing a bossy.
Okay.
It's fucking amazing. And he's like one of these, so game changer, and then fucking new age game changer, man. You know what Tosin Abasi is?
Mm-mm.
Animals as Leaders.
I feel like I've heard that
He
before.
like started like the whole like 8-string and instrumental shit. It's like like all the metal instrumental shit that you hear now. Go like the Genty, just like they're playing like 12-string guitars and dumb shit like that. He started that shit with an 8-string.
Okay.
That's fucking like
With an
like
8-string?
like glitch tapping. Have you heard of that? Like glitch tapping.
Yeah.
He started that shit.
No shit. Okay.
He's fucking dope. But I got
So what is it? A low B on top and then another one?
So an 8-string is gonna be a low G.
So G.
So a 7-string is
B,
a 7-string is
E.
a B, and then an 8-string is a G.
I've never seen a fucking 8-string guitar in my whole life.
That's sweet.
Does it process over like with power chords all the way up?
Oh no,
You bar it then?
you can.
What do you have right now for a guitar?
I still have that that ESP,
Okay.
which I like it. So it's only my 6-string. I still have my 7-string.
You remember how much more guitar you used to play when you were a kid?
I miss my 7-string. Well, the thing with see now I just don't really play. I don't really learn a whole lot anymore. I play mostly acoustic these days anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll be with you, man. I grew up playing metal, and it was really cool. But that's all I fucking listened to. That's all I fucking played. We had the brewery back then. The Raleigh scene back then was huge. But it was just metal fucking everywhere. Metal scene. I mean, this you were talking like 03. We're talking like 2003 to like 2000 and like
Pantanas,
like 12.
all the fucking places.
But
that
back
had
then,
metal.
but metal was fucking huge back then, dude. I mean, you had all the Ozfest. You had you won't forget this fest. Sounds of the Underground. Fucking. I mean, it was even Warped Tour back then.
Yeah, I was about to say Warped Tour was
fucking,
great.
I mean, it was everything had giant metal to it, man. Even the local scene itself.
Linkin
like,
Park was
Child
big.
Records had just come out. Like fucking, dude,
Slipknot just dropped Duality in high school.
I'm not even talking about like big bands. I'm saying like the local Raleigh scene was
Well,
fucking
like,
huge.
we grew up with like what 5 Finger Death Punch as it got big.
I fucking hated that band. I hated the new metal shit, dude. So I got in like more like death, like more like actual like fucking like prog metal, death metal, fucking like actual metalcore. So like when you listen to like 5 Finger Death Punch, like I was listening like like As Lay Dying.
That's a big
fucking,
jump
like,
from
bleeding
fucking
through,
like punk rock.
Yeah, man, but dude, Lamb of God.
I feel like punk rock opens the door.
Lamb of God is what did it. Lamb of God is the first fucking metal album that I bought, and it was fucking amazing.
All right, what about punk rock? No Effects was it big for you?
Oh yeah, I love No Effects.
Did you ever get like poppy punk like Blink or like some?
I just play. Name me a Blink song, I can play it for you.
Yeah, I do. I'm the same way.
I've seen them
Blink.
3 or 4 times now too. Which
They're
makes me
doing a
fucking
fucking.
happy.
What about like Panic at the Disco?
I love Panic.
Yeah, I love fucking Panic too.
You know, I'm not also. You know, I'm a vocalist. I sing.
Yeah.
That motherfucker has
Yeah,
one of the
dude,
best.
he is fucking awesome.
Have you ever heard his cover of Bohemian Rhapsody?
No, but I heard his
It's
acoustic shit.
fucking amazing, dude. That dude just has a goddamn voice.
Were you a Chevelle fan?
I love Chevelle.
Chevelle's
Mind you, I
fucking
liked Wonder What's Next. That's about it. That's
Okay.
I listen to them. But that, again, that was like 7th, 8th grade. Though.
So you were a Slipknot fan, but were you a Stone Sour fan?
Oh, I love Sunshine.
Dude, Corey Taylor, if I was gay for anyone, I've said it before, dude. That man, he's just a fucking
So that
badass.
was one thing, dude. Like I grew up, like I wouldn't say I was sheltered with it, but I made myself very close-minded because like I punk rock metal. Then once I got into the metal scene, that's all I fucking listened to.
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit about this. Like a lot of the other bands, like fucking like Brand New, like Modest Mouse, like all that kind of genre. Like I got into them like way later, when it just I kind of. Mind you, I'm a badass metal guitarist, and I can fucking sweep for days. I can fucking do
Yeah,
all
you
that
have
bullshit.
it fucking mean.
But like honestly, if I were to start a band right now, I'd have me playing guitar, going between acoustic and an electric guitar player, someone playing piano, bass player, and a drummer.
Yeah.
That's what I would have, and it'd be like folky fucking like rock, like almost like alternative fucking. Rock. It'd be very upbeat, just like folky rock.
When did you get into rap?
I've always liked rap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if you what would you put first, metal or rap?
metal. 100%.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Most depends on the.
What do you
crowd.
work out to?
I mix it.
Do what?
I mix it up.
Yeah.
I generally lift the metal. I generally actually a lot of times when I run now though I don't even listen to music. I watch shows.
Oh really?
Mhm.
Okay.
I was like, because I fucking hate running.
You have to
So,
lose
like-
yourself.
Yeah, so I put on like a 45-minute show, and by the time the show's done, I'm done running.
Who are your rap influences?
Oh, everything, man. Fuck, I'm 2000s kid, dude. So, fucking Wheezy, Ludacris.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
that shit, dude.
Lil Wayne had some good shit back in the day.
Oh yeah, it's like Carter 2.
Oh God!
that's
I was
the
listening to
jazz,
Carter the
bro.
other day. President Carter.
That's Carter 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, like fucking all that shit, dude. Fucking Jeezy, fucking
Dude, we had such a good
Gucci
fucking
Mane,
growing
all
up.
that
You know,
shit, dude. Rick
music
Ross,
today has just
oh, yeah.
gone to shit.
dude. Some of it's actually pretty good. So Kyle, my roommate Kyle, he makes beats, and he's really fucking good. He makes trap beats.
Okay.
And I've gotten to link up with a lot of local artists just through him. That become good friends of mine. They're really fucking good too. A lot of them. It's not like the.
Are you more lyrics or beats?
Gotta be both.
Yeah.
Gotta be a little bit both. I mean, I've recorded with a couple people now that have nothing for lyrics, but they just have the hype and the fucking beat
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
them. That shit's fucking dope.
All right. So like, same thing with guitars. Top 3 rappers. Who you got?
Oh,
That's rough, right?
really? I would say
I could rattle off 10, but I can't get a top 3.
top 3 right now. If you were to go through my Spotify right now, Notorious B.I.G., J. Cole,
J. Cole's so slept on,
and
dude.
fucking hell no, he's not slept on.
Yeah, he is, dude. That's dude. For so long,
Well, the
that
fucking
kid.
thing is, dude, he put out Forest Hills Drive, and that was a fucking masterpiece album, dude. There's not many rap albums that I can literally put on from.
Wait, is that the one that he's sitting on the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole album's dope.
There's not too many rap albums where I could just play it from start to fucking finish.
Okay.
That was one thing I always said growing up. Like, I want to hear the album. If I have to skip songs, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like, as like bands progress, if I have to skip songs, like, yeah, I don't like fuck that album. You know what I mean? That's one rap album that I could throw on from start to fucking finish.
What's your metal album?
I got a couple of them.
Yeah.
I love all the old Killswitch Engage.
Really?
Oh,
Killswitch
fucking love
Engage?
Killswitch, dude. I've seen them.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude. Fucking.
Isn't that's the dude that does the cover like Oldie Diver, right?
Yeah, well, he's not with the band anymore. That's Howard. So the original singer, his name was Jesse, and he's the one that put out. Fuck, was that album called? It was the one that had My Last Serenade on it. I forgot the name of the album. That was their first album that like went big. And then I don't know why he left the band, but he did. Then they got Howard. That was the big black dude.
Oh.
And he was fucking amazing.
Didn't he do some
got
other
that.
shit? Like he was Raw, wasn't he? Like, do you call my name? Do you feel my pain?
But then they put out End of Heartache.
Do you not know what I'm talking about? All right, I'm gonna look at my hand.
But anyways, But no, but Howard, dude, he was just a fucking amazing vocalist. Dude, a hell of a voice, and he actually his wife just died as they put that album out. So he had some shit to say. That's the thing. Like, all these deathcore bands, like a lot of those bands back, they all sound the fucking same. Two, they all talk about the same shit. No one has shit to say. They just talk about how tough they are and blah blah blah, and just rap about horror movies and shit. He actually had a fucking message that he wanted to put across. You know what I mean? But yeah, KSC was fucking awesome. They were also one of the first like big metalcore bands to actually get big. Actually mix hardcore with metalcore, or with metal actually, with metalcore. Right? They were one of the like creators of that fucking genre. But no, them, dude, As I Lay Dying was a huge fucking influence on me.
Wait, that album. You never heard? No. You'd like that one.
But,
I'm trying to. Like, I don't know.
Realistically, August Burn Dread. August Burn Dread was probably one of the biggest fucking influences on me back then. And to this day, they're just fucking. I love that. I fucking love those kids. And believe it or not, Killswitch Engage and August Burn Dread are actually playing the Ritz.
That guy right there.
This month. Yes, him.
That's it. So that's the guy that R.A. Raw, I guess. He started his side project, and he's fucking dope, dude. Wait, who's that in that?
No, that's not him. That's not him.
That's like when I found out who he was.
That's not him, though.
That's not him?
No. It's a black dude. That's a Latino guy.
I'm pretty sure that guy's black.
I don't think so.
You ever get into country?
Dude,
A little bit?
I like some country, but I don't like the poppy shit. Like, I love bluegrass.
Yeah.
Like Devil Makes Three, that kind of shit.
Oh,
like, I
God.
fucking love them. That's Howard.
Alright, yeah, I don't look at
Completely
anything.
different fucking person. But anyways, now, dude, I love me some bluegrass and shit. Like, I fucking love Zach Brown. I fucking love Zach Brown.
Really?
Dude, he's a phenomenal guitar player.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
He's a fucking phenomenal guitar player. And, like, you ever actually watch interviews with him and shit, he's just like, dude, good old fucking country boy. Like, holy shit, this happened. Like, dude's cool as shit.
Who was that white country rapper for a while?
I don't give a shit.
Oh, you definitely do. You know this guy.
I just don't care.
Bubba Sparks. Yeah, tell me you don't give a shit.
Bubba Sparks was the dude with, Bubba Sparks was with Fat Joe.
You know, like what? Like you ever wonder what happened to some of these rappers? Like Eminem's still putting out shit, but Jay-Z for a minute hasn't put out anything.
He doesn't have to. Jay-Z owns the fucking Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Jay-Z's worth $1
Ludacris.
billion.
Where's Luda?
Luda's on a fucking yacht hanging out.
Have you seen Joyner Lucas?
It's funny because like a lot of people love Joyner Lucas.
Fire, dude. That's the best new
But
rapper.
he's an MC. That's different. Like he spits a fucking message. I mean, he's never going to be huge mainstream because he actually spits a fucking message, which is dope. I love it. Like, dude, there's a fine line right now. There's a fine line between hip hop and rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly, this new age shit, like, and a lot of it's grown on me a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm a fucking sucker for Post Malone right now, dude. I fucking love me some Post.
You fuck.
Dude, it grew on me, man. I'm not gonna lie. Beer Bonks and Bentleys was kind of mad. There's like one or two songs I like on it, but fucking Stoney Deluxe was a great fucking album.
He covered a Metallica song.
Yeah, I've seen it. But
It's
Stoney
pretty-
Deluxe was a great fucking album. Hollywood's Bleeding was pretty fucking good too. He's just catchy as shit. But like, what got me on him was I've watched a lot of like other videos of him just like kind of partying and singing. Like, dude's got a good fucking voice, and he plays guitar. Like, I don't know if you listen to like Stoney Deluxe at all, but he's got like 3 or 4 acoustic songs on that album, which they're pretty fucking good.
You know what I think our youth is missing a lot is like we grew up on a good time on MTV. You know what I mean? You remember Octane? Like we grew up on like
Talking about Fuel TV, yeah.
yeah.
That was
Like,
not MTV. MTV always sucked with us.
no, mine didn't.
MTV with us sucked. MTV2 was dope.
No,
MTV2 had like Headbangers Ball, had like all that shit, but MTV with us was all reality.
no. My first
MTV with us was like Viva La Bam, Jackass, like all that shit, but it
you
still
must have
wasn't
started
music
later
yet.
than I did. I guess I had older brothers.
And then MTV2 actually started a little bit more music, and then we had it wasn't Fuel, it was
was it not Octane?
it wasn't the name of that fucking, because it had like Uranium and like Steven's Untitled Rock Show, and
Is that the one where they asked all the questions and shit?
it was Uranium. It had that girl that like interviewed all the metal bands and shit. What's that fucking channel?
Basic Cable?
Damn it, no, this is I don't think it was on basic cable. I think it was on like satellite or digital cable.
So I caught the end of the Beavis and Butthead era.
That was MTV. That was MTV2.
That was MTV1, dude.
But that was 90s.
It was like early 90s. Like
Yeah.
when I first started hitting middle school, I had to catch a bus at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So I catch MTV.
Our middle school was 2000s. I mean, it might have played it like fucking early shit, but I'm saying like, dude, back then, like that was still like Road Rules rule. It was all fucking reality bullshit. MTV2 actually played music.
No, I used to catch it early in the morning, dude.
Yeah, early in the morning they play bullshit.
They'd play like an hour from 5 to 6. They'd play all the new music, and with the
In the
music
morning?
videos. Yeah, they do pop up videos.
Who the fuck cared about 5 to 6 a.m. in the morning?
Well, I did because I had to get the fuck up for the bus.
Yeah, shit, I did too. I used to sleep in, so I didn't fucking have to.
I fell asleep on the bus once. I ended up in the bus yard.
I did that before actually too.
Fucking weird shit. Did you ride the bus in middle school?
I did half the time. See, we had to get there hella early, and I didn't live far away, so most of the time my mom would just drop me off.
He's at 5 Points.
Yeah.
You were right there.
I would bike. Like, fuck this. It was like, dude, because the school didn't start till like 8 o'clock, and the bus would pick me up at like 6. So I'd get there at like 6:30. I had to show in the auditorium for like an hour and a half. It's like, fuck that. I started riding my bike to school.
Do you remember Dr. Dennis?
And then I remember fucking, he's a pedophile. But yeah. But no, dude.
Great way to make light of that.
So funny you say about that, because he actually saw me riding my bike to school one day, and actually walked up, and they didn't have bike racks there, because we were with the bike to school. So I was tying my bike to a light post, and Dr. Dennis walked up and he's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, locking my bike up. He's like, "You biked here?" I'm like, yeah. It's like, totally like go to this huge stiff, and he's like, "Oh, you need to go and call your parents," and da 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 da. And it was like, "What the fuck?" Like, all right, we get there, and calls my parents. Like, yeah, he needs to be on the bus. Like, now the bus gets there at 5:45 in the morning.
Yeah,
it's
you're
like,
actually goddamn mine.
Da da. It's like school starts at 8:15. It's like, yo, he needs to be in the auditorium. He's like, he got the auditorium. It's like, yeah, we need to drop him off. He's like, he can bike. He lives a mile away. Like, basically got my dad being like, hey, fuck you. Like,
Shane, you were so fucking dirty on guitar back then. I mean, you still are, but like, I just remember.
I still got it. Now, so that's
like
one thing.
the
Like,
fire you had back, like
I'm not as quick as I used to be, but I still be. So me and Dallas have a set, and Dallas is my drummer.
yeah.
And I don't know how quick he is these days, but he's a cousin out there in Denver. He still goes on my kid every now and again. But we had a 6-song set that I still practice at least once every couple of days to make sure I can still fucking play it.
Yeah.
It's not nearly the speed that it needs to be at, but I can still fucking play it.
Did you ever play with Cooper's brother, John?
Yeah, not really. We jammed a little bit in middle school because him and played with him and Zane's older brother, Chad, back in the day.
Chad, I was about to say.
But and shit, him and not even just with him too. Brockner, Seth Brockner, I played with him a lot back in the day too. James Brockner, remember him? He was Sanders' kid. You were Brockner, never mind.
Yeah.
But it was funny though because there's this band that me and Dallas used to listen to fucking forever ago. They're called A Breath Before Surfacing, and they put out one album, and that one album was fucking phenomenal. And these dudes put out one album. Did well. I think it was on like Media Scare, with the same album, record that was like His Blood Runs Black.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy. They'd put out the one album, they did 2 tours for it, and then they were done. It's like, where's the next album? Like, oh no, we're done. Whatever. And I actually did some research on them, and all these dudes are like software engineers, and like, they were just like old fucks that just grew up playing metal.
And then
they're like, fuck that. They're like, dude, not fucking. We've been writing this bitch for 10 years. We're putting it the fuck out. We're touring it, and then we're fucking done. That's what me and Dallas always joke about. Like, no, fuck that. We have this shit written. Like, let's record it. Let's tour it for a little bit, and then fuck off. Like, back to our lives.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to make enough money to be done for like 8 months, and then just come back to real life.
Shane, you need to come through Tin Roof. You need to come through Tin Roof on like a Wednesday or a Tuesday, and there's some people in there. Dude, I would fucking love for you to play there.
You know what I want to do? I don't want to just like straight acoustic shit by myself. What I want to, so there's a band right now, a friend of mine's in it, and they're called the Emojis, and they do shows, and all they do is play like old school like emo shit,
Oh,
but they do like proper shows. They play Kings and they do like that shit. They do actual shows. I want to start a little fucking cover band that plays nothing but like Blink-182 and like Census Fail.
dude, down acoustic
yeah.
Blink,
Well, everything.
acoustic punk rock,
I mean, I want to do full on like full band.
full band. Fuck that, 2 guitars,
No, I want a drummer. and all that
two
shit
guitars,
too.
and a fucking box.
They can do that too.
Would you do it?
Fuck yeah.
Swear right now.
Fuck yeah, let's do
Swear.
it.
All right, fine. 1,000 likes. Shane and I will do. We will do Blink and some No Effects.
Oh yeah, I can do a million right now.
Oh yeah, both of us. Death Cab for Cutie. All right, down. I will cut this part
Urine
out.
speaks louder than words.
Dude, we'll do it. 1,000 likes. I'm gonna cut this part out. I'm gonna post this separately. 1,000 likes, and we'll do a cover.
Fuck yeah.
That'd be dope.
Drop what songs you want to hear in the comments.
Oh, that'd be
I'll
good.
learn that shit.
Would you really?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck off.
Hell yeah, let's
Who
do
would
it.
we get to hit it on a box though?
Hmm?
We need
Any
someone.
asshole can hit on a box.
Anyone. Someone with some rhythm. Tyler, could you imagine Tyler beating on something?
No, Tyler's no rhythm. Tyler's 2 left feet.
Tyler has no feet. He just walks around nubs.
Tyler's has no teeth, but he's alright. I like
No
it.
teeth, no feet, no rhythm. Sorry, Tyler. I love you. You should have came on. You could defend yourself.
No, he's got the corona.
If you could play music for the rest of life, would you? It's a hard one, right?
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Show every
but,
night
well, I mean, I can play music for the rest of my life, but I mean, define
for a living.
living. How's living?
All right, so we'll put it this way: you're fed, you're alive, you're in good health, and you have to play music for a crowd every night.
I want more than that.
Yeah. And a dog.
I want more than that.
What do you want?
I want it all, dude.
Define all.
I want to.
All to people are different. Like wife and kids and a dog, and you know.
Caden just turned 14. I want to be able to tell my parents that I'm putting him through college.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That's what I want. Even with all the bullshit that just fucking didn't work out. Like my goal was never for me to be driving McLarens and Lamborghinis and shit. My goal was to be able to.
It would be nice though.
The first thing that I was gonna do was gonna surprise my mother and be like, hey, guess what? You don't have to fucking work anymore.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Hey, guess what? I just put $200,000 in a college fund for both the little bros. Hey, guess what? Your fucking house is paid off.
You know, it's crazy that like
those were the first fucking things that I was planning on doing.
like it's crazy that like money pushes all this. You know what I mean?
And people talk about like money is about happiness. And yeah, 100% doesn't. But if I secure you to be happy,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, money doesn't buy happiness. But if you're not going to be happy rich, you're not going to be fucking happy poor.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, all right, money not an option. What would you do?
What do you mean by not an option?
If you're $1 million a day, what would you? But you had to do something. What would you do?
I'd be playing festivals.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What would you be doing at festivals? You play music?
Who the fuck cares? I can pay $1 million a day.
Yeah, right.
I can sit on stage and.
Well, you
fart.
would have to do something good. You can't be fucking Axl Rose, pissed drunk at a show and can't play.
No, I wouldn't be piece of shit.
You don't think so? Like, if you got stardom like that?
Hmm?
If you got, like, stardom like that, you wouldn't... I don't know.
I think at this age, no, I wouldn't.
20 years ago? Or 10 years ago?
I think now I'm about 30. I think I think I'd be able to keep it contained. If I hit it at 2021, I probably would have fucking died by now. To be honest with you. I'd be with you. Like, dude, fucking in high school, like, coming into college... Mind you, I struggled with fucking alcoholism for a while there.
Dude.
Like, it was bad, but like
Alcohol
really
is a
bad.
fucking thing, dude.
Nah, man, like, dude, if I would have gotten like any kind of that fame back then, dude, I don't think I'd be I'd never expected to live this long. To be real with you.
I don't think any of us did.
That was some dumb fucking shit. You did a hell of a lot more dumb shit than I did. But, like, I mean, shit, the Sky
Hey,
House shit.
fucking mend that,
Dude, not
sir.
even just like my Sky House stunt, fucking like, dude, I climbed cranes for a little bit, pissed drunk, like, it's dumb shit like that, like. Fucking stupid shit.
Man, you got me thinking about some dumb shit.
Well, you saw the fucking picture when I stood on the top of Sky House, right?
You know, I missed that one.
You never saw that?
Uh-uh.
See, like, you know, one, I'm not allowed Sky House anymore.
Dang.
Have you've been up there, yeah?
Hmm?
So, you know the, the roof?
You're hanging out with Ethan, aren't you?
Yeah, so you know, like, the pillars that they have on top of that?
Oh.
I stood on top of one of those.
Oh, Jesus.
Full on. Like, fucking full on. And it was a dope picture. And at the time, it didn't seem like, crazy. Mind you, this 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. We're all hammered. But, like, I literally walked to the edge
We were
of it.
working on that,
But
sir.
I would, like, walk to the edge of it, like, put, like, my toes over it and was like, whoa, like, whatever.
You're not afraid of heights?
Not really. And,
Yeah. I'm not afraid of the up. I'm afraid of
and
the
the
down.
fucked up thing is, like, dude, like, it's just, I wasn't really thinking about myself at the time. Like, I mean, whatever, fuck me. Like, if something happens to me, fuck me. You know what I mean? But, like, that's
Everyone
dumb shit
around
like that
you.
you don't think about it around, dude. When I went home, because I posted that shit, and I'm friends with my older brother and everything, and that right there.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, see
Close your
that?
glass, yeah.
Yeah. But, dude, my little brother, at this time, I think he was probably, like, maybe 12, and he, like, came in with, like, tears in his eyes, like, don't ever fucking do anything like that again. That's, like, kind of what hit me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, shit. Like,
You're not just living for you no more.
something happened to me, like, what the fuck, you know?
If you were to die, how do you think you want to die?
Fucking guns blazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, not like that. Like drown, burn. I don't think I want to be burned.
Fucking guns blazing.
Rob the bank.
Fucking guns
Flying away in the
fucking
McLaren.
blazing, dude.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ways I wouldn't want to die.
I really, yeah, dude, everyone wants to, like, die in their sleep. That's fucking boring.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
Jump a crotch rock at 300 miles an hour
Like, nah, it's gonna be closed casket. I'll tell you that. If I had a choice in the matter, like if I got fucking 30 days to live tomorrow,
Why don't you buy a bike?
Huh?
Why don't you buy a bike?
I don't trust myself, and I've only ridden dirt bikes. I've never ridden anything heavier than a 250.
You should get a bike. I know you say you don't trust yourself, but I think you will.
Yeah.
And you'll feel alive. One of the best things I ever did was like that
I've
Harley.
also been pretty fortunate, just like in actual cars, and it's always I'm a very aggressive driver, but I'm never the one that causes.
Well, how
shit.
long have you had your car?
Huh?
How long have you had your car?
Like, you mean a driver's license?
Your car, the car you have now.
Like 3 years?
And you haven't wrecked that?
No.
Get a bike this summer. Buy like a 883 Harley or something. Go buy a crotch rocket.
No, I'll probably just get a little fucking like 250 and like street legal it.
No, fuck that. You'll get so bored of that so fast.
I need something that won't go over 80.
That's horseshit. Get something that will go over 80 that you don't want to go over 80 on.
See, that's the problem. Because like the second I'm comfy on it, I'm lane splitting. I'm fucking being an asshole.
I do the same thing on mine.
Yeah, but that's.
Buy a unicycle.
But you're smarter than me on that shit. You've been
Oh,
riding,
God,
but you've been riding it for fucking
My
ever.
whole fucking
I
life.
haven't been. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know more than me on that shit.
I think you should get a bike.
Side note: I got to drive a fucking fucking SL 550 today.
You were telling me about that.
Dude,
Yeah.
holy fuck. Quad turbo, fucking V10.
Is that the fastest thing you've driven?
No,
What's the fastest thing?
fast. I've driven a few Ferraris.
Okay.
It was probably the fastest thing I've driven.
I've driven things with a lot of power. Like I've driven a couple like 18
But
wheelers.
but this just this today, I got this fucker like literally turning from Gorman to Tryon today. I got it at fucking 95.
You think that's cool? You drive an 18 wheeler and you slam third and you just fucking skirt tires.
Well, I mean, considering it was just kind of fucking me, and there's people in the turning lane, and I'm just paddle shifting, like not even like clutching at anything.
Yeah.
I'm just literally just put it at like 7,000, skip second, put it in third, lock the tires, pop that bitch out, put it back in a second, and recut. Dude, it was just funny as fuck. It was fun.
So I got this chick.
was fun.
She rides bikes. And
Well, it's funny, hang on, because it's the guy I'm working for's car, and it was straight up like, he's like, put your right hand up. It's like, okay. It's like, do you solemnly swear to not drive this anything under than 100 miles an hour? It's like, I do. He's like, here you go. And he handed me the keys, and it literally said, flight takeoff. Like, all the fucking keys. Like, hell yeah, let's go, dude. He's cool as shit, man. But
Send it.
He's all about fucking cars. But now we took his Jag to this spot in Savannah a couple weeks ago to get worked on, and these dudes like build F1 cars and shit. Like, I mean, these guys actually make like, it's like, yeah, we're working on the pistons for this engine, and none of the shit we had fit, so we just made pistons. Like, they fabricate shit. Like, it's dope. It's fucking dope. And the Ferrari racing team for the Southeast is there. Like, it's a cool fucking. I've met some cool people with this dude. So like, yeah, we get out there and like, just a couple of fucking cars, and there's a track right there. It's like, yeah, I want to take a lap. Like, fuck yeah, I want to take a lap. So I gotta take an old fucking. It was one of the old 300 GTs.
Okay.
It was dope.
They have this like experience.
She's not 300 GTs. That's the Mitsubishi. It's the old fucking. It was the one that was in Bad Boys. Not Bad Boys. It was the one that Colin Farrell drove in that movie.
The Mitsubishi, the 3000.
No, I'm talking about the Ferrari that Colin Farrell drove in that fucking cop movie. It was that one.
It's not an F, is it?
Yeah, it was an FG. Yeah, it was the F Sport. Yeah, no, that's the fucking Ferrari.
F5.
Yeah. Yeah.
F5.
Yeah. I think it's
Dream car, would you
I don't remember the old ones.
You hear me?
Dream car.
Dream car.
Real like street legal dream car.
Make it up if you wanted to.
Street legal dream car right now would be McLaren 720s.
Really?
Yep.
Because of the
I fucking
the
love
power,
I
or just
fucking
like
love McLarens, dude. I love them.
expensive taste.
Yep. Yeah, if I had fucking 300 grand to burn in a car right now, it'd be a fucking 720s. I also fucking love the GTs, Ford GTs. But the new ones, there's two things I hate about them. One, they went from $120,000 price tag to close to fucking $400,000 price tag, and two, the seats, the driver's seat doesn't move. The fucking pedals come up to you, so you actually can't maneuver. Doesn't have it's a race car. They built it. They basically went back to the fucking 60s and built the old Le Mans car, and gave you that. But it's built as a race cage.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, no, I understand a race cage.
Let me understand the how the GT started. Correct? With
The Ford GT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm following you.
Do you understand how that car became about? Correct?
Well, how did it become about?
So, Ferrari in Le Mans. You know the Le Mans race, the 24-hour race
Yeah.
in France.
It's a fucking documentary on it right now on Netflix.
Well, there's two of them. There's a documentary, and they just made Ford versus Ferrari.
Mhm.
It's actually a really good movie. You should watch it if you like cars.
I was just looking at it.
But Christian Bale has a British accent, and it's fucking weird. It's super fucking weird.
He's American,
Yes, he is.
so he forced a British accent.
Well, he did it. He did it after a while. He did it right, but he's like he does a weird one. Like it's a good accent, but it's like it's a fucking. It's almost like the old like I don't know. It's just fucking weird seeing Batman with a British accent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but anyways, no, it was dope. So basically, I forgot, it wasn't Henry Ford, but it was his grandson. And him and fucking Shelby from Shelby American basically teamed up to build a car to go against Ferrari in Le Mans.
Okay.
Because they went out there and basically got first year
That's
went out
the
there
Ford
and got fucking
GT?
smoked. Yeah. So this is how the car
Okay,
became about.
okay, I see what you're
And
saying.
essentially, they went out there, and there's a bunch of images, and the movie kind of talks about this, but the actual like documentary about it was there was actually more of a rivalry between him and the fucking owner of Ferrari, because they went to try and buy him Ferrari, and he snubbed his ass and used their bid to build a different bid and kind of bill him out of a bunch of shit.
Okay,
So
okay.
it became bad blood. So
I
he was
see what
like,
you're
yeah,
saying.
finally, he was like, "Fuck this!"
I'll
and
just
he was
make
like,
my own
put all the money
fucking
into it.
car.
Yeah. So, and at this time too, Ferrari was actually building a lot of the engines for a lot of the other cars. So most of the cars, even though they weren't actual Ferrari cars, Ferrari actually built the engines for those cars that were in that race. A lot of the F1 racing squads, Ferrari made a lot of those engines at the time. So Ford came in, and was like, yeah, we're going to do this shit. And they didn't do terrible, but Ferrari still went, 1, 2, 3 finish, fucking
Yeah.
whatever. And it took them a couple of years. And finally they brought this fucking car through, and holy shit. They didn't win it, but they fucking,
they're cool.
But they hit the top speed. They broke the fucking speed record. They didn't win that motherfucker, but, it was the fastest
Yeah.
car on that track. And then it kind of just went from there, and that's how the Ford GT started. So it went from, everybody, the original NASCAR, like before NASCAR, like everything, it was all like, Shelby's, it was all fucking,
Yeah.
this is like right around the same year, like the first Mustang started coming out, the first, Mustang was the first Mustang. I think it was 64. I think it was 65. I think it was 65 the first Mustang came
I
out.
thought it was 66.
I think it was 65. Hey Google, or hey Siri.
Hey Google,
Hey Siri.
when was the first Mustang made?
Okay, I found this on the web for what was the first Mustang made. Check it out.
1964.
Huh, we're both wrong.
I said 64, 65.
But it's 2 years. You can't guess two. It's
I
throwing
said
two.
or. I said or. I was half right.
I think you're wasting a lot of time looking at cars.
Fucking love cars.
I think you should look at some trucks.
So, it's funny you say that because I borrowed my dad's truck, it's an old ass F-150 for a while because I was moving a bunch of shit out of storage. I'm like, yeah, and I'm just built for that shit. I'm like, yeah. I talk about getting like a cool car, next car, and let's just get a fucking truck. And then I went and bought gas. And it was like $65. And I was like,
120 filled the door.
yeah. And I was like, fuck this. I don't want a truck anymore.
I think you're missing out what I'm saying though. Like, you ever heard of the Ford Lightning?
I'm gonna get a cool little fucking car that I'm gonna drive around, and I'm gonna get a beater truck. That's what I'm gonna do.
Wait, no. Have you heard of the Ford Lightning?
Mm-mm.
All right, so they made it for like, I don't know, 5 years maybe. It was a F-150 frame with a fucking monster motor in it.
What year are we talking about?
Oh god, this is like bubble body, so probably like late 90s.
Okay, sweet.
It's
Yeah.
it's like
So like borderline like fucking bench seats. That is like.
yeah, it's a bench
Yeah,
seat truck.
okay, sick.
It was like someone
Yeah,
took a Corvette
yeah.
motor and put it in an F-150.
That's sweet.
They're nasty, but
Yeah.
only in a straight line. They're so fucking cool. You know what El Camino is, obviously, right?
Mm.
So Subaru made a Brat, right, which is a smaller fucking El Camino, and it has what's called shotgun seats in the back, which it has 2 seats with no seatbelts in the back. They're
I'm
all
listening.
they're all-wheel drive, all-wheel drive all the time because all Subarus are. But so check this out. There's a conversion kit, right, where you can drop a 350 in it, and you go from having like, I don't know, 110 horsepower to like potentially 400 to 500 horsepower. These motherfuckers are nasty, dude. You put a suspension kit on it, you have a dune buggy, right? It's like you can run it up walls. They're dirty. Something's to be said, like, so you can run around a track pretty fast, but can you run around a track, jump a curb? You ever play those racing games where like you have a sharp turn?
See, that's one thing too. So like that's actually one thing. So the guy I'm working for right now, we're actually talking about going to do like. So he's done a couple like he's seasoned around tracks. And we've talked about it, and I'm not. He's actually talking about taking me with him to go do like some actual like classes
Yeah.
to like properly learn how to fucking.
Have you ever tried to drive with helmet on?
So no,
It's a
but
son of a bitch.
what I did do for the very very first time. So he's that's how I met him was I went to the Carolina Exotic Car Club up in Raleigh.
Mm.
That's how I met these people, and it was fucking awesome. It was a cool night, and met a bunch of people. Actually networked my ass off, and I'm like, I've actually got invited back from a few people. It's been pretty cool. But they have like two like those badass fucking driving simulators there. You know what I'm talking about? Like the fucking real ones. They're like 40 grand a piece.
Yeah, tilt with you and
Yeah,
shit.
with the full fucking thing.
3 screens. Or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
full fucking thing. And I never realized that they're proper. And so, dude, I literally sat in this bitch for like an hour. Like, fuck yeah, like, you know what's the easiest car? Like, cool, picked the little F1 car, you know, stuck to the track, like, all right, cool. And then I was like, fuck that, and I picked an MX-5. Because, like, this is, you know, whatever, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, if, you know, lightest weight, fucking whatever, like, actual street legal fucking car,
Yeah.
I could probably actually, you know, get a, if I was ever gonna fucking go around you know, something like a little go-kart, like, fuck it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I picked a little MX-5 and got me down to it. I went around the fucking that Virginia track for 30 fucking minutes until I finally figured out, like, oh shit, I can't hit this fucking apex at 80.
Yeah.
You know, I finally started figuring it out, but at that point it was like, oh, you know, brake here, you know, handbrake needed, fucking actually pop, like, obviously.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not the greatest manual driver. I'm not. I never had a manual car. I never owned one. I know how to use one. I never actually had the fucking practice of
Yeah.
a daily driver on it. I can do A and B. It's all right. You know what I mean? Like, don't
The clutch thing.
ask me to reverse fucking slowly. It's cool. We're gonna get there. That first gear is gonna hit you about 6,000.
Hills are a problem.
That's just gonna. Nah, hills aren't a problem. It's just if I get stuck, I mean that's just gonna hit you about 5,000-6,000 RPMs just straight. I haven't figured that part out. Once I get out of first, we're good. Once I get in, getting in, I'm not gonna.
Did you drive fucking?
I'm not doing
Cookie's
this.
car.
I'm not. I'm not doing this.
You drove
maneuver.
Cookie's car,
I'll put it
yeah.
this way. I'm not doing this, but I'm gonna rev the fuck out of it. That's where I'm at right now. My first gear is gonna. That second gear is gonna pop in fucking quick. We're gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. That's fine with me.
One more time. What are we gonna do?
This. I'm okay with that. But the dude I'm with right now is like, he's got some like expensive cars. And I mean, he's like, can you drive a stick? I'm like, yeah, but it's been a second. He's like, all right, I'll
You're
drive.
burning up clutches, aren't you?
No, I'm not burning up
You're
shit.
burning up clutches.
I'm not burning up shit.
We're gonna do this.
No, it's fine. Like I said, we're not rocking. It's a smooth transition. It's just a higher RPM.
You want to know how the best
And,
way?
and the fucked up thing is every time I drive a different, it's a different fucking clutch. So I'm not used to really. I feel where it catches. I just don't know exactly how much I need to put on it as it catches.
The best way I've learned to drive a stick of anything or racing anything is if you think about biting your lip and pushing your tongue through. Like, so if you think of your teeth as a clutch and you want to push your tongue through, so it's like, you know what I mean? You don't want to you don't want to open your mouth, but you don't want to shut it all the way. Yeah. It's just like a fucking thing. So here's the cool thing about sticks, right? So you're in a car, like you're in an automatic transmission car, right? And you're going around a curve, right? The cool thing about a clutch is you can once you get a coast in there, you can throw it down a gear.
Yeah.
And then when you come out of that turn, you're already fucking at like $8,000, and you're already at your apex.
Yeah. So that's one thing. At least I understand negative horsepower. I understand how that's actually that's fun. I was driving fucking Emily's car the other day, and she was like the Triptronic bullshit, and I was literally, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Slowing down.
Yeah.
It's like, just brake. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I bet I can stop without braking. It was just fun to get bullshit. I couldn't because it's automatic. But anyways,
when you drive like so when I was saying like,
well, first step. So I learned how to drive a stick, and it was my buddy's. It was my friend's little.
God damn it, Shane, just get a fucking bike.
It was my friend's little rice burner fucking VTEC Civic, but he put a stage 3 clutch in it. So that's how I learned how to drive a stick.
Burn the stage 3 up.
No, I mean no. But it was fucking quick, and it was right there. And it was fine. It wasn't.
Yeah, push it to the floor.
It wasn't. Where is it? There it is. You know what I mean? It was in out. So we're fine. But then I get on other people's cars. I got good at it. We had a 98 Wrangler in fucking Wilmington. It was a 4-speed. I think it was fucking fun as shit. Love driving that motherfucker.
You'll never drive like you drive a stick.
Nah.
You don't ride with it,
Well, we're just bullshit at this point.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I always hang out with you.
Same how I do.
I do. I feel like we got super close when we were out in Oregon.
We did. And I'm sorry that we didn't hang out more when I got back here.
Yeah, but it's both of us. It's fucking life.
No, it was me.
Yeah, you're gay.
It was 100% me. Nah, dude, I didn't talk to fucking anybody, man. Like, I felt like a piece of shit because I was one of y'all, but I was one of them, and it fucking separated us a little bit. And...
No, I don't think so. I never looked at you like that.
Well, Bobby used to fucking call me too. I remember one time Tim like went off and like, dude, what the fuck are you yelling at me? He was like, you work with them. I'm like, motherfucker, they owe me money too. Like, stop fucking yelling at me. I don't know. It was just a fucking thing.
Anyways, off camera.
Well,
It's my buddy Shane. Oh.
all good. Don't post.